We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation.
About me being authentic, all about it. I don't sit around and beef with goofy ass alleged men. Okay, because in my real life, real men don't come at women just because they feel some type of way. Let me close with what I'm saying. Pay attention. This is a simple concept that we're undergoing ethnocide. We used to go through genocide. Genocide is slowly being executed. I just want to close. I'm going to say this. When people come and speak to you, if they're not speaking directly to your issues, pay attention. When they want you to look at abortion, oh, the voting rights. I'm going to say this, nigga, no. Nigga, no. What is happening in the United States is that we are not getting the resources that are being allocated to everyone else in this country based on our tax dollars. Our tax dollars are paying for everyone else to be above us, to hire us, to lead us. Focus on the basics. I'm going to close with that. I don't need to say much more. And to the woman wealth, shame on you. Shame on you. I hope you can't sleep at night.
What?
No, that was crazy. Hold on.
CC,
Oh
Hold
my
on.
God.
Hold on.
That's crazy.
Hold on. Hold the fuck up.
Yeah,
Hold the fuck up. Hold on. Sleep. Like, hold on. What? God damn. So she gotta take a melanoma for the rest of her life? You gonna wish that on her? All right. All right. Wealth is on you. Then hold on. Matter of fact, before Wealth go, I just want to address a couple things that Wealth said, and then we'll let Wealth go. So I'm just because we know immigration have is weaponized against us, right? But it's different with black immigrants. But let me just go down the people and what they done. Because if you look at all the massacres, and if you look at the immigration patterns during before those massacres, like Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? It was a mass influx of Russian and German immigrants, and these was the people, right? The people that was fresh in this country that were responsible for a lot of those massacres. These is fresh, newly immigrants from Europe. If you look at these Irish people that migrated, these people became the police officers. It's a documentary called "From Criminals to Cops" and how the Italians infiltrated the police force. Right. Also, there's this other thing with the Asians, right? So while they massacre us economically, right? The Asians. Well, no, let's start with the Hispanics. So the Hispanics used to bring the drugs in the community, right? The crack era, the Sandinistas, the Cubans brought all the crack, the cocaine. So that's a direct result of how that affected the community, which led to the 1986 crime bill, which was the 100-to-1 crack disparities, which led to mass incarceration in private prisons in the 80s. And then also, if you look at the Asians, right, because we and a lot of these people that came to this country, we fought for them to get the right to do what they're doing. So if you look at the Asians, if you look at any Martin Luther King Street in these major cities, if you look at the ownership in these communities, right, because you can't go to Chinatown and see Black Americans owning businesses in Chinatown, Koreatown, Little Italy, even little Ethiopia in Hollywood, right? You don't see Black Americans owning. But if you go to these Martin Luther King streets that was predominantly Black communities, right, historic Black communities, uh, the ownership is all Asians, Hispanics, Lebanese, Arabs. So but the difference is with the black immigrants. Not only are they immigrating over here, they're looking like us. So they're checking black boxes. They coming over here getting things specific to us. So yeah, man. I don't know. I just don't understand why people argue the immigration part, how it's been weaponized against us. Just like it's been in chronological order. So I'm gonna give you a prime example on how the black immigration. So and I looked this up myself. So during the Black Lives Matter because the Black Lives Matter was supposed to be specific to Black Americans and what we was going through in America. Every person that died was a Black American. Hey, stop! every person that died that got a lot of publicity was a Black American. I think it was like 95% Black Americans. And if you look on the website, right, the Black Lives Matter website, and I'm gonna post it in the chat. If you look at the businesses that, because they were doing a lot of promotion of Black businesses, right? And the businesses that they was promoting in Minnesota on the Black Lives Matter website, it was predominantly Somali-owned businesses. So Black Americans dying brought a lot of social capital, a lot of political power across the globe, like the Black Lives Matter. And then the people who was benefiting financially, as far as the Black business sector, it was Somali immigrants. And then I talked to a lot of people in Minnesota, and I'm talking about, I got Black American friends in Minnesota, and they tell us how since the George Floyd thing happened, how a lot of Black people get these social benefits, but the people that's getting these social benefits are predominantly Somali refugees. So it's like I just can't understand, because it's not even divisive. Like I got people that's non-Black American, and I tell them like, hey, listen, there needs to be a delineation politically and economically. Socially, I can't control you. I can't control y'all acting like this. I can't control y'all listening to our music, eating our foods. I'm not. I don't got a dog in that fight. But politically and economically, it's like it's impossible to argue. I don't know, but who is also on Mickey, and then Ados, and then other
No,
My hand
two.
all
was up, but for some reason it went down. But go ahead.
no, all I was
Okay.
gonna say, Lou, is like, right? No, you really can't argue that, and I do understand that, but the like you said, that's just the system, right? That's we know this. A lot of these groups are incentivized to come into the country, and then they're able to get dollars. Like I've tried these stats out before, right?
How did
Um,
they get dollars?
they're federal programs, there are assistance programs, there are resources. For
City,
example, I'm
state,
in
and
Texas.
local.
I'm not sure who's speaking. So I'm in
Me,
Houston.
city,
So
state,
Hold on, hold
local,
on, hold on.
and
okay, I know
influence.
not
Let
the
her land.
person
Hold
that
on,
was.
You
hold on,
gotta
hold on,
let her
hold on. CC,
talk.
Well, no,
CC,
wait,
Come
Lou.
CC.
on.
I got this. I know
All right.
not the person that was asking me for sources 50 times, but did not cite one source when I was busy actually putting all of my links and sources. So can you please respectfully let me speak? Because I promise you, sis, I'm not going to do like you did. I'm not going to conjecture. I'm not going to make ish up. Anything that I state, I can provide back facts and
One thing I
resources.
don't do is conjecture.
I'm not
Just
speaking to
say
you
what you're
anymore because
saying, but
you
don't
can
don't
no, no,
characterize
no,
me.
because you cited
Don't
not one
tell me that I
source,
conjecture.
and I'm not really
Lou
speaking to
Curtis
you.
wants to come back up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Don't
Kurt.
say I.
Okay.
Hold on, real quick. Hey, Curtis, I sent you an invite to a request. You got to accept it for the co-host. Hey, I gotta move some people down. Can y'all move yourself down if y'all not talking? In because it's like we got 12 requests and people trying to speak. So I'm gonna let some people up that ain't spoken yet. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all continue this dialogue. But can y'all just do one at a time, just respectful on both sides? It's all good.
No, Lou, I'm fine. It won't be the first time and it won't be the last time. So whatever. But like, so we no, and I would totally agree with you, right? And I do understand that a lot of times, and this has actually been studied, because coming over here and into this country, you really
name the
have.
study. Cite your source.
Oh, Jesus
Stop
Christ.
cutting her
Yo,
off,
Lou.
Connie.
Lou, you gotta control your stage, man.
Sir,
Yeah,
what?
Right.
look, yeah, hold on. Listen. Everybody just one at a time. Let Mickey land fully, because I disagree with her on a lot of things. But let her land, because I got a club on Clubhouse called Intellectual Gangbang. We want people to disagree. It's not personal, you know. If people really believe their politic, y'all shouldn't be up in arms when your politic get questioned, right? So I don't really like echo chambers. So I actually want people to actually come in here and stand on their shit, right? People are gonna present facts and not feelings. So let's just let her land, and then it's on you, CC. I mean Mickey, you gotta go. Probably double mute.
Oh Lord, that's a goofy
Yes,
little thing.
yes,
Okay.
double mute.
No, so all I was gonna say is, right, like we do know that. Then there are other groups that are here collectively. Like I would venture to say that some of these groups actually invented crowdfunding before crowdfunding was alive, right? So we definitely know that um the being part and parcel of this country and everything that we face as African Americans, the health disparities, the all of the things going back to redlining, then right, we know this. So I know I totally agree with you. The only thing that I say And I was not necessarily promoting that we align with anyone. And my position is always, if there's some sort of trickle down from the economy, from these dollars spend, right, just like with other groups or other resources, right, the restaurants, the a lot of the small businesses that we see, which absolutely small businesses are the one that actually tend to employ the larger number of Americans. What I'm saying is that in the reality is that we know why these things happen. We know that they won't change. This is just what this country has done. And I really don't see that going away. The only other thing I'll say is I did put a lot of post things in the chat, right? So I do like to talk about financial literacy a lot, but there are a lot of concerns. And the reason that I do mention geopolitics and the global society is because now more than ever, things that happen on the other side of the world do absolutely impact us, just like with Russia and Ukraine. And then we saw the gas prices increase and the gas talks were crazy for shoot, I'm sorry, I'm a little sleepy, 2021 or 2022. So I think that as Black people, we do need to be more involved and aware of what is going on the other side of the globe, because those issues will continue to harm us if we are not involved in them, or at least aware of what are the major concerns. Especially, we have a lot of Black people in the military. They're deployed all over the world. There are some serious economic considerations going on. So I'm just happy when all of us are aware, and I will go down for more people to speak.
No,
Thanks.
you don't need to move down, Mickey. When you
Yeah,
refer to
you ain't gotta
Black
move down,
people,
Mickey.
which Black people do you refer to?
Sorry,
Who
can
are
you repeat which Black people what?
what are you referring to? Black American freedmen, FBA, descendants of American chattel slavery, indigenous Americans? Who are you referring to when you say Black people?
I'm assuming Black people born in this country.
Okay, so then when you speak about issues, you keep speaking about globalism.
Mhm.
Why do you do that?
Because what happens on the other side of the world impacts our dollar. And as
Right.
African Americans, if we are part of the
Mhm.
lower income demographic, we need to be prepared. So, for example, when interest
So,
rates are I'm not finished. When we need to be prepared.
mhm,
So, if we know that interest rates are going to go up and people are looking at
mhm.
houses, we need to be informed about that, right? When we know that
Okay,
credit card
so
APR is going to increase, we need to be informed about that. So,
okay,
we have a highly connected um, global economy and a highly connected global
a
society.
global economy, which is
Yes.
being pushed upon us. A global economy means a central government that's global, right? So we know that the
No.
whole
Th-
dude.
Are
I'm I'm
those your
I'm
that's your
speaking. I'm
that's your
speaking. You said allow you to speak.
Oh, I thought
So
you were
so
asking me a question.
no,
I
I'm not
apologize.
asking you.
All
So
right.
a
Look,
global
ma'am.
economy means
If you
that
want to have a
global
conversation, that's
means that
fine,
what
but you
is
can cut
happening
off.
around
Okay.
the globe
She
I'm not
does
is
this
listening.
that
everywhere.
people are being destabilized.
Hold on. If you a male, you gotta mind your business when two male are talking. But Cece, Miki, I tried to interrupt, and you told me no, I got this. So do you got this, or you want me to make your mind up? All right. If you want to hold your own back and forth with her, or you want me to moderate? Because you said you got this. So you gotta let me know what you want me to do.
So if moderation is going to happen, give me the same amount of time
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
gave
You
her.
get uninterrupted, but
I
let's
know,
make it
but
uninterrupted
now
on
No,
both
she
I
sides.
needs
got
to
it,
be
Lou.
quiet.
I
So
will
she needs
allow
to
it.
be
Go ahead.
quiet.
Oh,
So again, I'm going back to domestic politics, United States, right? So when you keep speaking about global issues, that is a distraction, a detraction from what we're going through in this country. We should not be force teamed with Ukrainians, with Syrians, Afghanistans, Palestinians, Africans, or Caribbeans. Our problems are domestic in the United States. And unless you can speak to me slash us about what any other ethnicity around the globe is doing to assist us in the ethnocide and the genocide of what is happening to us in this country, and stop imploring our people in this space to have empathy, sympathy, and compassion for people all around the globe when no one is exhibiting that level of compassion for us. I can't relate to you. The next issue for me is you keep on avoiding the question: who are your parents? Where are they from? Where are your grandparents from?
I literally said that I was from Southern Louisiana, and my family has been here forever. Actually,
No, no, don't tell us forever. Where are your parents from?
they're from Louisiana.
Where? I'm from Louisiana. My parents are from Louisiana. Where? Tell me the city.
Okay, you're a little weird, but Southern
Did you
Louisiana.
guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? I'm a little weird for asking for the city that she's from.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you want to know
Baby, I
all
can
the
tell you
cities?
where my family's from. Where's your
Lafayette,
family from?
Opelousas, Swords, Grand Coteau,
No,
Plaisance.
no, no. You just reeling off cities. Where are
What?
they
No.
from?
What? You want to go lineage? You want to what? You the boule
Dude,
too? Did
do you
what?
all see how
Okay,
weird she's being? Where are your
ma'am.
grandparents from, ma'am?
Swords.
See, you didn't count on me being from Louisiana. Laplace,
I don't really give a shit.
Opelousas, Ballard.
Lou, what are we doing now?
I have no idea.
Why are
I
you
We're
don't
off
know.
your
validating.
I
mic?
don't know. Nobody
I'll be
knows.
quiet. Go ahead. Y'all go
Okay.
ahead. But I just want you to notice something.
Uh huh.
The no, I'm not talking to you. You're
Okay.
irrelevant.
Okay.
The inauthenticity of
But you
people
wanted
like,
to know where my grandparents were from?
oh,
That
that's
I'm irrelevant.
inauthentic. I love
You
the
seem
sound of
real
it.
pressed about me, sis. You
I
sure
am.
I'm
I'm very
irrelevant? You
pressed. I
sure?
am. I am pressed about
Oh,
you
okay.
because you are
But
not
you want
an
to compare
ally.
Catholic schools too? Is
Yes, I
that?
did go. I did go to Catholic school. Yes, I did.
You probably did.
I no, I
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
Probably I did. I went to Our Lady of Perpetual Health. I went to St.
Oh.
John's. Yes, I did. See how I can call
Hmm.
out very. I don't hesitate. I don't go I tell y'all who I am
Oh, so
and
you
where I'm
want
from.
bonus points for telling us that you went to
Oh, what
Catholic
I
school?
want,
That's your
what
standard
I
of
want is
intelligence right
people to
now?
see the
You're
difference
literally
between
able
you
to
and
tell
I,
people that you
and
went
Yo,
to
that
who the
you're
private
fuck is
school
doing
and
that
that's
inauthentic,
supposed
splitter
to be
that
and
shit in
that
the
you
impressive?
back?
and
That's
about
impressive.
everything
That's
related to
impressive because
you.
that's
It
literally
is
the only
impressive.
source
It
that you
is
could
impressive
cite. Because where
because
are
you
your
thought,
sources?
All right. I ain't gonna lie. All right, we ain't gonna do the Negro off. All right, both of y'all Negroes, proud Negroes. We not gonna have a Negro off. All right. My family from Louisiana, extra nigga, Greenville, Mississippi, where they shot the Django at. Jackson, Mississippi, by way of Compton. All right. So let's stay away from the Negro offs. Both of y'all are part of the lineage. Y'all just disagree. But this what goes on, right? When you disagree politically, right? People look at the other side like they a different breed. Like y'all still Negro. Y'all just disagree. It's like a family reunion, right? I just had a family reunion. I seen Moors in that motherfucker. I seen Hebrew Israelites. I seen motherfuckers call themselves FBA, ADOS, Freedmen, uh, Cherokee, Indians, every type of Negro that we consider NOI, but they still my family, all right? We disagree. We're not enemies. All right. This is the point of me coming on Twitter. Everybody been trying to get me to come to Twitter for the last 6 months. I just made a Twitter 3 weeks ago. So let's just disagree. All right. Respectfully. I get Connie's point. I'm more leaning towards Connie point, but Connie, it seems like I mean, on both sides, y'all cutting each other off is getting catty and it's taken away from the topic. All right. I agree with both of y'all at some points. I'm more so leaning towards the Connie side because I do understand we need to focus on here in America instead of what's going on geopolitically because who benefits geopolitically is the government and Black Americans is not well represented in these corporations. If we look at the CEOs, it's not 98% white men. So let's just move on. I'll fuck with both of
Can I,
y'all.
can I say something real quick, Lou?
Yeah. Do your thing. Do your
I want
thing.
to say this because I do think, and I think this is what happens. I think when people start to ask Black Americans to start to consider and think about other things, I think that's a form of escapism. You know what I mean? Because I can guarantee you, whatever you can identify that's a problem that's happened globally, you can look around your community and look amongst the Black community and identify the same exact problem. So I kind of question their motives. It's like fake care. Like, I don't believe they even give a fuck about what's happening globally. Because how can you say you're concerned about what's happening in Palestine when the same shit is happening in some community with your people and you're not talking
Man,
about it?
can you break that down, please?
So you got to make that make sense. I don't know if it's fake care or if I kind of 100% agree. It has to be a sort of distraction, and it's a way of people just faking it because
Curtis, I want to ask you one question.
Wait, Rilu, may I
Can,
respond to that real quick?
dude,
Because
I'm
I was
talking to
interrupted
Curtis.
from the
I'm
no,
last
talking
go
to
time.
ahead, Connie.
Curtis. I was asking him something
And I want to
respectfully.
go
He's
after
open
whoever
to it.
going.
So,
Yeah,
Curtis,
yeah.
if my
They
house is
has
burning,
literally been
if
waiting.
my house is burning in the United States, do you think I care what's happening in Palestine? Do you
No.
think I care about what's happening in Afghanistan? Do you think I care about what happens in Ukraine when our children are being indoctrinated into degeneracy? Do you think I care that our tax dollars? I'm a 61-year-old woman. Do you understand
Damn, you
that our
61?
baby, I'm 61.
She mature too,
But
dude.
God
thank
She
you. But thank
damn.
you,
mature.
baby. Thank you. But let's move on. But thank you, baby. But let's move on. Do you think I care about what's happening anywhere in the world but here? That's the only message I'm trying to send.
Yeah, I get it,
Well, may I?
and
Go
that's
ahead.
one of the, oh, my bad, Velvet. I got you. But that's why I say like it's really hard for me to listen to because I think, and I understand if this was our grandparents' generation, you can trick us. But we seen generations after generation, people get tricked into caring about other things and forgetting about your own people. And at some point, even when you're, what do they say in the plane crash? Put your own oxygen mask on first before you decide helping somebody else. So I would ask you is, we as Black Americans, when are we going to put our oxygen mask on? Like that's literally just a simple question. When are we gonna focus on us?
Man,
That's
I'm
it.
Curtis,
still
we're
stuck on
doing
she's 60.
now. You know
She's
I know this.
61. That's crazy.
Yeah. Go
Well,
ahead,
No,
I
Velvet.
that's
My
think
bad.
real, and I
Lou,
know
I
this.
Life
just,
no
don't
I
problem.
just want to
life
say
ain't
Okay,
real,
hold
life,
on.
boy. I swear for Jesus.
Can I
just
just
real.
put
Okay, I
can I
gotta
just
leave the room.
interject real
Scum
quick because I
came into
haven't.
the room, so I gotta leave. You all have a good
Who
night.
came to the room?
Okay.
Sir, like I don't even know why he's on this fucking stage.
Oh,
All
hold
No,
right.
on.
All right.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Get
Oh,
out.
no,
hold
Velvet.
on.
I
I'm
just want to say
always
really,
here.
really,
Hold
really
on, hold
I'm
quickly.
on, hold
always
on,
here.
real quick. I just want to say this. Regardless on who on stage, I'm not allowing nobody to disrespect nobody. So as soon as I don't allow men to disrespect women. I like the men to go back and forth to men. As soon as we get to disrespecting, you're getting shot. So I don't know who beefing with who. I'm new to Twitter, but as long as they don't say nothing disrespectful, all right. Cause soon as they say something, you're getting removed. All right. So I'm just letting y'all know. I try to get the women a little leeway because y'all catty, y'all like the back and forth, respectfully. But yeah, man, everybody's allowed in here respectfully.
Lou, all I wanted to say is the things that I said were not to elicit sympathy. Like, not for one did I actually mention any particular plights. If we're going to have conversations about reparations, if we're going to have conversations about the United States, it is imperative that we be aware of what is going on that can absolutely impact our economy, right? That is literally the only reason that I mentioned those. It's if you want to live in a bubble in 2024 when literally Elon Musk is about to pilot putting a Neuralink inside of people to like do all kinds of Lord knows what, like we can't exist in this fashion. Like we literally can't. So you may not think it's important, but other people maybe just want some kind of heads up because as I stated, whenever our dollar is at risk of being devalued, right? That is going to harm the lower income demographic. So, Curtis, maybe you don't need to pay attention to these things, right? But when inflation is rising or when certain things are happening because of whatever the United States is doing across the globe or whatever someone else is doing to us, this thing with the chips that may impact like the cost of vehicles or whatever, right? I do think it's important that we be aware. I'm not saying it's to elicit sympathy, but absolutely, if we are going to be involved politically and economically in this country, then we need to be aware of every single place that US dollars go. So I will absolutely continue to talk about geopolitics, and I will absolutely continue to talk about the global economy. And now I'm done speaking. Sorry
Thank
for
you
The
so
issue
much.
interrupting,
was that
Velvet.
Thank you.
wasn't the
Thank you for
issue was
sharing
Hala,
that
that
I
that
wanted
wasn't
to
the
information.
say,
conversation. That
But
wasn't the
thank you for sharing that
discussion. That
information. It's
wasn't
can
what
definitely
we
I
were
important.
talking about.
can I
And that's
hop in
the
there with?
issue. As we're literally talking about our
Okay,
lineage concerns,
Are
this
we going by
you
hands,
you
Lou, or what are
insert
we
a
doing, Lou?
part
Are
of
we
the
doing
yeah,
hands?
you
Lou. What's
insert
up?
elements that we're not even discussing.
All right.
And that's the point that
I want to
you
speak.
are conveniently missing. You brought in
Uh,
elements that we were not even talking about, and you don't want to acknowledge that fact. We were literally talking about things that were
Mm,
affecting us right here, right now in our community on the ground, and you inserted something we were not talking
okay,
about. And
okay.
that is the point that you're missing.
So
And
so
all right. Hold on. Oh, my bad, Showers. I thought you was done. Hold on. Land Showers, and then we're going to get to the hands that's been raised. I had the hand raised
I'm
for like at
done
least
because
an hour.
Adolph's been waiting a whole hour.
All right, let Ados go. It's on.
yeah, and can I
Velvet.
speak? Because I have
Velvet,
not
quick.
spoke all night,
Okay.
and I've been enjoying the
Neither has Adolf,
conversation.
and his
All right,
hand's
let
been
Ados
Yeah,
go.
raised.
yeah,
Hold on. Velvet,
and I've
host it
been
with
here
me.
since the room opened, and I
Exactly.
enjoyed the conversation. But I think that what happens geopolitical does affect you. This is why you have immigrants and migrants in your community. How do you separate the two? I don't know. And I'm going to agree, like I said, with Wealth or Mickey. You have to look at the entire stage. America was built on this entire stage. The United States Corporation is in the backyard of everybody's, including ours here in America. Like the sister said, we have Black Americans who are in the army, who are stationed abroad, who will be affected by geopolitical decisions. So when you separate all these different factions, you literally are closing yourself, you're closing a whole sector of your lineage out. So how can you be lineage based and you close up your geopolitical lineage that's literally overseas, that's fighting for the same causes that you say that we're not against? I mean that we're against. So I just feel like I think that Mickey is speaking from a different perspective. Cece, she's speaking from a more political, domestic perspective, and both are true at the same time. But the reason why you have people flooding your borders is because your government is literally destabilizing their economies. We can go look at what they're doing in Venezuela and Guatemala and how they're literally trying to displace people to get their oil. And that is the reason why you have all these caravans of people coming up to your border and then they're coming into your Black communities. So
Exactly.
you cannot separate it. You have to talk about what is United States doing across the globe that is directly affecting Black Americans here on this soil, is directly affecting indigenous Americans on this soil. If we can't have an honest conversation on that, then where can we go as a people, period? As a people, period. It's not downplaying a lineage. It's not downplaying it. In fact, it's protecting it. Because for once, Black Americans, your voices should be heard globally, not just in America. Your domestic issues should be heard globally, not just in America. And the way how you make your voice heard is the same way how the Palestinians are making their voice heard right now. What are they doing? They're making
No,
sure
they
that you
actually
know.
piggybacking off the Black Americans movement to make their voice be
No, no,
heard.
no,
They
no, no, no,
actually,
no, 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 no,
they,
Lou, no, Lou. This is
yes.
bigger. This is bigger than
They've
that.
actually said our
No,
names in
no,
their
no, no, no,
chants.
no. This is bigger than that. Have you guys seen the movements in Germany, throughout Europe? It has
No,
nothing to do
no,
with
but I'm
Black
saying
America.
how they got they wait. I'm saying how they got they platform so big. It was piggybacking
No,
off Black
Lou,
Americans.
you need to see the
Black Lives Matter.
movements
Well,
of people. You need to see the protests of people around the globe that are not Black Americans who are
Black
supporting
Americans help.
Palestinians.
This,
So
this,
what
this what
I'm
I'm telling
saying
you.
is that your your
Hold on,
domestic
Velvet.
issues
Hold on, Velvet.
here,
Hold on. Let me just respond
That
to
was
that
the
point.
topic, though.
So
That's what we should have stayed
look.
focused
I'm
on.
saying,
Stay
right, just
focused.
like listen, just like the LGBT community, right? The
right?
reason why their movement got big globally, right, is because they piggybacked off Black people's movement in America. This is what white women did, right? Then they Jewish people with the civil rights, white women with affirmative action, LGBTQ. They hop on what Black Americans is trying to do for their benefit, and then once they're
Y-
done, right, then they say
Okay,
fuck us. So
but but
listen,
but Lou,
the Palestinians, right? They listen. I live downtown LA and I live in Houston, right? I was downtown LA
hmm
and they did the protest. They had a George Floyd face wrapped around a Palestinian flag with a
Black
Uh,
Power fist.
but Lou,
Like they
Lou,
literally
but Lou,
weaponized our
have you
plight
seen the movements
for
around the
their benefit.
globe, not just in America?
No, but I'm saying what happens in America because we're the global media, right? So what happens in here have a trickle down effect globally. This
No,
is why everybody attach
Lou.
themselves to what we got going on here
Okay,
because
hold on.
they
Wait a minute. Wait a
understand
minute.
the global impact. That's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, but you have to understand that we are moving. Like I don't know why it's really hard
But
within
I
this
agree with all your other points,
conversation
though.
to
I agree with all your other
agree.
points.
Yeah, well, because what I'm saying is that domestically, your domestic issues as Black Americans should be heard worldwide. Period.
But that's not what we were
Not just
talking
hold on,
about.
hold on,
Hold on.
hold
Let her
on.
go. Let her
Wait,
finish.
wait.
Let her
We
finish.
can't dictate what we're talking about because
Yes,
that's what
we
me
can. We can
because
Hold
say
that's
on.
what
what
Hold on,
topics.
Showers.
Mickey.
Yes,
Hold
we
on.
Showers.
can.
This is
God
what
damn,
Mickey.
Lou. Come on,
Hold
Lou.
on.
Damn. Hold on,
Shut up,
Showers.
sir.
This is what
Let
Mickey
her
brought
land.
to the
You don't even
table.
speak to
She
me,
brought
nigga.
another perspective of how Black Americans
Ain't nobody
can
said shit to
leverage
you.
themselves and
You said
leverage
my
their
name,
issues.
bitch.
I
Not
see.
Yeah. All right. Showers, can you please start cutting her off? Let her land, please, because Velvet the one host the room with me. Velvet's on you. My bad.
okay. Yeah,
Velvet, go ahead. Can y'all? I can't hear her. She's speaking or no?
You got a double
it's
mute.
another mute. It's another
All
Yeah.
right,
mute.
go ahead. It's on
No,
you,
no.
Velvet.
I'm speaking to the fact that both the sisters are bringing up valid points, and you have to geopolitically, you have to smarten up on this stage. We are living in a country where geopolitically we are being targeted. We are being, like you said, your issues feel like they're being pushed to the back burner. Well, that's because there is a global agenda that is at hand. Okay? And you have to understand what that agenda is. It's not just about your lineage. You have to understand what's going on around you. And it's directly affecting your children, the school system that they're in. It's affecting your tax dollars. I just heard Connie say she don't want her tax dollars going over to Israel. Well, then, baby girl, you need to figure out what the fuck going on in the Middle East. How you not gonna want something to go somewhere, but you don't understand what the fuck going on? You got to put your head in the damn game. And like y'all said earlier, and I agree with you, April. You said a lot of Americans they have not been playing the political game properly. Well, you know what? You know what's a part of politics? Geopolitical politics. You don't get the right to separate it. We are what we are today. We have an internet. You guys are talking globally with people, and guess what? They have all types of West African infiltration that's happening in our own political system right now. They literally have been talking about how they're paying people to sway our elections, so that can even affect your local elections. And you're talking about geopolitics. Geopolitics don't matter. Come on, we got to be a little smarter than that because the baby they're playing with chess, and y'all playing checkers. That's all I'm gonna say.
So
All right.
that wasn't said. And
Yeah,
nobody
I
said it
want to
didn't
address her
matter.
at some point, Lou.
What was said
We
was
gotta let Ados
while
go
we are
too.
talking about our issues domestically, someone came in being condescending, talking to us as if we were children, and inserted parts of conversations that we were not having. That is what was brought to light. Not that we shouldn't talk about it or we're not involved in it or we don't know anything about it. That is not the discussion, nor did no one say it's not important. We said it's not important in the conversation at hand while you talk down on us. That is what was made. That was the statement that was made, and that was the pushback that was made. Not we're talking about geopolitics. No, but you came in here and you talked to us like we were children and like we were stupid and like we weren't already talking about something and we can't stay, and you can't stay focused on the topic at hand. That is what their dispute was between those young ladies.
Can I challenge one point that Velvet said? I got 8 of us. Can I challenge one point that you said,
Yeah.
Velvet? All right, because I hear this a lot. I hear this a lot, and I think we got to be careful because a lot of people run with this, right? We all like the largest immigrant group to this country is Asian immigrants, right? Historically, is European immigrants. So I would like to know what has America done to destabilize Asia? Because we say we destabilize their countries. That's why people come here. These people come here because they want to come here. We're not doing a lot of shit. Now I agree with South America back in the 80s and 90s. Yeah,
Vietnam.
the 70s. But now, if you say Vietnam, now look at the amount of Vietnamese people that's actually in this country. They're not the people that's flooding this border. They're not the people that's flooding this
Then who's
country.
flooding the border? Then it's
No,
who?
no. But the question is to you: what are we doing to destabilize their country to bring them here?
Hispanics is flooding the border.
Yeah, the people y'all destabilize are the ones who flood them damn borders, and most
Yeah,
of them are from Central and South America.
but the largest
Age,
immigrant group is
I
Asian.
mean, you could definitely say United States. So we have meddled in a lot of Southeast Asian
I would
countries.
like to know specifically what is it that we've done. Like, 'cause
What do
a
you
lot of
mean?
people say that,
We literally went to Vietnam War, and then we had a bunch of Vietnam refugees that came over here after that.
And
That's
they got
a direct
reparations.
correlation.
but the
Matter
Vietnamese.
of fact, I personally know
Mhm.
somebody who was affected by the Vietnam War and fled here
Yeah, yeah, I know
because of
Vietnamese people
that.
too,
So,
but I mean,
that's a direct correlation of America meddling in somebody's
no,
business.
okay, no, I agree.
You're
I can.
creating proxy wars, and then
Mhm.
people come over here. Unfortunately, America's always trying to open their door to the people that they meddle.
Yeah, but no, I can concede the Vietnamese part, but that's a small population of immigrants. The amount of immigrants that's coming into this country, they're not here because we destabilized their country.
Then where are they coming from, Curtis?
All over the world.
What the fuck is
Mainly, where are they coming from? Especially
Asia,
south of the
Asia,
border.
Asia, and Europe. Historically, Europe.
What's the population number of Asians in this country? Since it's mainly Asians at the border.
I'll give you the numbers. I'll get you the numbers.
Yeah, since it's mainly Asians in the caravan, let me hear these
No,
numbers
no, but that's listen,
of
listen.
Asians.
I know, but that's what the media would like you to believe that. Oh, the Mexicans are the ones flooding. Yes, Mexicans are heavily coming into this country now,
It's not
but
just
but
Mexicans. It's
I
Central,
but
South
I
Americans.
know. I'm just
It's
saying south
West
of the border. Okay,
Africans.
okay, south of the border. But majority of the people that's in this country illegally are people that's overstaying their visas. Are you aware of that?
No, cite your source on that,
Yeah,
please.
that's majority of the people that's in this
I
country.
need
That's
I
what.
need a source. I need
Definitely
a source on that
Mexico and
one.
India.
Okay, I know, but I'm saying like y'all will believe a lot of this
Because
stuff that's
the
going on.
Hispanic population is growing so fast that it's about to be 1 in 4 Latinos by 2060. So I want to
Oh
hear
my
how these
God,
Asians.
Hispanic is not
I
a.
want to.
I mean,
Excuse me.
Hold on, but
I
that's
want to hear.
Latinos
Excuse me. I
are
want to
hold on,
many
hear
hold on.
how
different people.
Asians,
Hold on, but that's the
are
demographic.
going to
Oh,
outpopulate Hispanics or Latinos
Hold on, but
by
Velvet,
that time.
one out of every four people
After
on
y'all
planet.
done, we gotta
Hold
go
on,
with Adolf because he be had his
one
hand
out of
raised for
every
hours.
four people on planet
Mhm.
Earth is Asian. Like, just let you know, like it's huge.
No, we're
But what I'm
talking
saying,
about America. Let's not
I
switch the
know, I know.
goalposts.
Hold on, I'm not, but I'm just letting you
Oh,
know that
now we
majority.
can't go global.
no,
Yeah,
we
now we're
can't
gonna
go.
go. But look,
No,
but what I'm
because
saying,
I's
you
being
said
funny, baby.
you said
I's
one
being
in four
funny.
people in the world are Asian,
that is a fact.
but then you're asking me about who's flooding America. Like
Oh no,
which
no,
one
no,
y'all
no,
want to talk about?
no,
Geopolitical?
because
Or we talking about domestic? What are we
I know, but
doing?
Velvet, but what you said because you said one
Because
out of something.
you're pushing your goalposts around.
No, no, no,
Which
no.
what are we doing?
I just said that in
Because
response to.
we can go into
Hold on,
how 2 billion
hold,
Africans are about to
hold on,
outpopulate everybody on this planet.
hold
How
on, but
geopolitical we really want to go?
hold on. I was just responding to your point of saying that one out of every four you said is going to be Hispanic in this country, but that's a demographic change. That's demographics, right?
So you
When
said
we're talking about,
who is
I
at
know,
the
but
border
let
then?
me land, let me
Go ahead,
land,
go ahead.
because we're mixing demographics and immigration, right? So you can say they both exist, but the demographic change that can just become from people having more babies. White people aren't having babies. You know what I mean? Like their population is in decline, so that can be because of that. That may not be because of immigration, right? It's just
Okay,
that white people aren't having
Curtis,
babies.
who's
That,
at the border? We're talking immigration.
but
Who
that's
is
the media.
mainly immigrating at the southern border?
So are you saying that that's how?
Everybody,
I know, but listen,
You see,
what
you're
I'm saying
not
is
going to
this.
be honest. You're
everybody
not
is
going to be
coming
honest
through
and say
the.
that it's mainly Central or South
Everybody is
Americans.
coming.
No,
They actually
Nah,
the
everybody.
news. I'm sorry,
mainly. Come
CNN
on,
just
y'all.
put out a report saying that Asians and
African.
Eastern Indians,
Yeah,
Africans,
hold
they
on.
are people from
Yeah,
other
what's the number
countries
of those
coming
compared
through
to
Yeah,
the.
Central
but Velvet.
They
Americans?
didn't put out. Ho, because I think we're trying to argue semantics,
Yeah.
trying to prove a point. Slow down. Just slow down.
I
There are
posted up the Asian facts up
multitude
in the
there are
jumbotron.
multitude there are a multitude of people coming through the southern border. They're using the southern border to come into the United
I agreed with
States.
that. I agreed with
We
that.
don't have the facts and figures for those because guess what? There's no one
They're
taking them.
undocumented.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
agreed with
one.
that.
Hold on. There's no one taking them. So there is no point to prove on that other than the videos that we've been seeing. And the only thing that we have to go on right now is the invasion in every state.
Okay, but
It's
that's not
going
what
to
he
be up.
asked me.
I
That's not
know,
what he
I
asked me,
know.
honey.
I
He
heard
asked me
Curtis.
about Asian immigrants at the.
I heard the question, and I'm trying to slow the conversation down so you don't have to be on the defense to try to answer something that we do not have. There is no particular statistical data right now on the numbers, the actual factual numbers that people would want to know coming through the southern border, because multiple people from other countries have now utilized the southern border's entry points to get into the country. The
And plus,
only thing
Asians
we
normally
have.
go through Canada, family.
Right. Thank you. And the other thing is that if our political representatives are not tracking those numbers by putting out legislation to actually document these things, because remember, the census is done. So if we're not demanding that the number of people being moved around the country, like you said earlier, like chess pieces to flood our country, then shame on us. Okay?
Hey, so real quick, let's go with ADOS because he been waiting, and we
Yeah,
got
and I want to go
How
after
do I
Adolf.
add something to the jumbotron?
just post it under, hit the bottom right, the where it say
Hmm.
178, and then click to where you can post it. Like I mean, reply to the room, post it, and then I'll post it to the top for you.
All right.
All right. ADOS, it's on you, and we gonna get back to the topic after this because we ain't spoke on is the Tether
I,
movie true about black immigrants in America. All
well,
right.
can I go after ADOS and address and ask a question?
All right. Well, we got like two people that been had a hand raising for like an hour and a half at least.
Can I go after those two people because I wanted
Yeah,
to
yeah, I got
address
you.
Velvet?
I got you. ADOS is on you. Bro, probably sleep. Damn, he moved down. That's crazy.
No, he's
Damn,
raising his hand.
I don't see
No,
him.
he's connecting, trying to reconnect. There's the space is acting up.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
How you turn the replays off?
Hey, real quick,
You
Lou, because
can.
I was
What's his
about to
turn?
jump out of here. Where did you say I could watch this movie at? That's what I actually came up to ask, because I didn't see it in the jumbo.
I'll
Amazon
post it
Prime.
up. It's on Amazon
It's
Prime.
on Prime. Okay, bet,
It's
bet.
$2 to rent, $5 to. I was gonna play the trailer and all that. I just found out about it
Yeah, I don't even know how
today,
we
so I
got
was
to this
just
stage of the conversation, because we were on one point, and now we done got all the way
yeah. We
here
got
to
yeah. I
We
mean,
started
GLO
talking about
6. But,
everybody business across the waters.
yeah.
That's how.
I mean, like, okay, my thing with that, April, I understand some of the points that are being made, because we do have to understand some, obviously, but nobody was saying that we didn't understand it. Like, I'm in commodity trading just as a lifestyle. My family, we farm, that's what we do. Like, we don't have enough of our people in the supply chain for it to be a complete black chain, but we as black people own our farm. So that's where we could take it from there. And all that politics stuff matters for us, especially because the prices of things matter. The tariffs and such that get put on other countries matter and such. When it comes to our trading. But I don't think anyone here was denying that or saying that we didn't know any of that. Like, we obviously know those things. So I don't know, it is what it is.
No, the woman that was in here earlier did that. Lou's cousin. What's her name? Lou.
Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey did
Okay, I
earlier.
must
She
have
was
missed it.
saying that
Sorry.
That's
yeah,
how the
she was
tides
saying that.
turn.
Correct. So she was saying that first she started out saying that we need to work with other melanated people and not separate ourselves from other melanated people because it will diminish our numbers, and that other melanated people do
She said
provide
we needed
uh
them.
well, she said we needed them, but she also said that because they're highly educated when they come in, and they're doctors and they're lawyers and whatever else, and that they are, they're getting into, pretty much high paying jobs, so they do provide a level of higher education, educated melanated people, which actually helps to inflate our numbers. But it was kind of a slap in the face because there are highly educated, which I would assume that she would be one of them if she's a financial analyst or a financial coach of some sort, that as a Black American, we also have educated people here. Now, if it's a problem that people are not getting access to resources to complete higher learning or whatever trades or whatever,
Right.
that is a conversation that we could have. But that's not what she said, and I think it's the way she came off was very
I think
condescending,
she's still on
and
the
that's
speaker,
why
so I wanted
we,
to ask her, Miki, were
yeah.
you saying more so in the terms of like trade and such? I think if you're still on the speaker, can you respond to that? Because I can understand your perspective
No, she's not
when
here.
okay, because on my screen
She's
it
not
says
in the
she's a
speakers.
speaker. But yeah, I was just curious about that because I could
Yeah, this app,
understand her
this,
perspective
this
if she
app
was
tripping.
speaking as a term
But
of
we were
like a
talking about the
trade and
Tether
commerce
movie.
type of situation. Like,
That's
yeah,
what
I
I'm
can go to
saying.
other
We
countries
weren't
and
talking about it
set up
though.
my own trade and things like that and get my own things imported, exported. Like that's just how the world goes round. Like we're not going to be able to just be over here on this side of the world and not need anything else or want anything else. Obviously, we're going to trade and do business with people, but that does not mean I have to attach myself with them on an identity level. But yeah, thank you for
Okay,
that,
real
y'all. I'm
quick.
gonna go ahead and check that out.
Hey,
Thank you,
so
Lou.
look, before the new people go, yeah, nice to meet you. I'm gonna follow. I already follow you. Okay. Oh, you the one from South Carolina, right?
North North
North.
Carolina, look now, don't get
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. I knew it was one. My bad. I ain't gonna disrespect. You know, North Carolina is North Carolina. Hey, so look, I do think we need to pay attention to what's going on geopolitically because what happens is when America stage coups in Africa and involved, because I've been studying the Biafran War and the people who they allow to come over here is like usually the losers of war, right? So if you look at the Somali War and what tribe and clan that come over here, you'll get a good judge because uh, you can say what you want about us, right? We have been race first for a while, so if we I feel like we need to start being proactive instead of reactive. Don't wait until we interact with people we never met in our life, and then we don't know nothing about them, and then we think just because they look like us, they're gonna we race first. Let's allow them in. No, these people specifically been fighting other tribes in their nation state. You know what I'm saying? So what makes you think they're gonna be race first when they come over here, and then we want to be mad about when we get negative reaction from these immigrants that's always their ethnicity first. So yeah, we definitely got to pay attention to what's going on geopolitically, because there's a culture going on in Nigeria called Japa, right, which means runaway, escape from Nigeria, because like they got a whole culture going on with Japa. And I was wondering like why is the Nigerians is all the way in Ukraine? Ukraine the poorest uh country in Europe. Why the fuck is they like? But there's a culture going on due to like the government, the corruption, where they just getting the fuck out of there and never coming back. And they come to places like here, and then y'all wonder why. Oh, why are these people not black first? Like what the fuck? Like because they're their ethnicity first. So a lot of this shit that we arguing about would be, is I mean, if we was more proactive, we wouldn't have these situations instead of reactive. Wait till we get into a bad situation and then want to switch up. So
But we acknowledge that. We acknowledge that we've been doing politics wrong for decades.
no,
That's
but
why
he's
we are
saying
here
paying
now.
attention to geopolitically and see what's going on in
And
other countries. Because
nobody said we weren't, though. That's the point. The point was made as if we needed to align with people who were tethering as us and that we needed them. That's what was said, Lou. And that's how we
oh, I
arrived in this
disagree with the
space
need
now,
part. Need part
right? Because we
is
weren't
different.
talking about that yet again. We were talked to as if we were children in a condescending manner, as if we were not smart. And
Hold
we
on,
were told that we needed immigrants.
I got a question though. Hold on, I just maybe I'm a little bit off, but Lou, somebody got to help me with
Then
this.
after this, let's go to new people because they've been. I was trying to Sir
All
Major.
right, all right, all
Who
right.
else? Love. No, you can go do your thing.
I just got a
Willie.
question. Look, if we can acknowledge as Black Americans, we've been doing politics wrongs in our own business and not understanding our own political system, what the fuck makes you think we can understand the French political system or the Iranian political system or the Chinese political system? Don't you think we should figure our own shit out so we can understand the politics of our country before we say we need to be concerned how the politics is working in other countries? Y'all got to square that circle for me. And I think that's our problem. We bite off more than we can chew. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just
Um,
trying to
I
understand
mean, I
the
get it,
logic
yeah.
in that because if you can say, I don't understand my own political system, what the fuck you going to tell me about the French political system?
But we that's why it's good to have people like, let's say, Mickey, who can understand geopolitical. and then someone like Cece can come to the stage, understand domestic issues, and then two different parties can come at the same table and discuss how can it affect Black Americans going forward. Yeah, you're not going to get all 44 million to understand their United States politics. Most Americans, white or Black, don't know their politics, so it's not a Black thing. It's just, unfortunately, this is how shit is. Matter of fact, most people can't even name their legislative bodies and things like that. They can't even tell you their fucking mayor right now. I mean, unfortunately, that's just what it is. But if we can get people that are designated and they could specialize and they could come to a table and then discuss how do we go forward with all these different things at the table that we're dealing with, that's how you can go forward.
Yeah,
That's
but
how
don't
you
you
go
think it'd
forward.
be more beneficial if they did knew who their mayor was, if they did
Yes,
We're
understand
supposed to
yes,
their
be going
and
to
that,
legislative
new
bodies?
yes,
people, y'all. We're supposed to be going to
Like
new people.
they'd be way more effective in their communities if they
yes,
understood
because
their
you don't
community.
have the,
We're
yes,
supposed to
Curtis,
be
and
going
you
to new
don't have the
people, y'all. We're supposed to be going to
top
new
boss. Hold on one
people.
second. And that's why you don't have the conversation of splitting the ideology between people in a room when you're trying to come to some common ground. You have to get to you're going to have to elevate, and you're going to have to get people to start to change their way of thinking and their culture of education and understanding what's around them. It does not mean that anyone on this stage does not have a geopolitical conversation. It means that in the retrospect of what's impacting me right now, that's not on the most important top 10, right? Top 10 probably is shelter, food, what's happening to me as an American right now. Correct. It does not mean that I don't know anything about what's happening across the way. It means that right now I need to focus on how am I going to survive, because
Y'all
the
jumping in front of all the
Palestinians
new people.
the Palestinians are going to do what they're going to do with Israel is still going to happen. Guess what? Reparations, the conversation about what's impacting us, that has to still happen for us. That has to still happen. So all I'm saying is I agree with Curtis. And again, it does not mean that you're wrong, Velvet. It just means, can we put stuff in retrospective order as it
Oh, I'm
impacts
not trying
people
to be
here?
wrong or right. I agree. I see everybody's point. I don't think we have to choose wrong or right. And I think that's what we're trying to do right now. You guys keep trying to divide it as, well, we have to focus on this. And it's like, a lot of things can
It's
happen
only,
all
I
at
think it's only
once.
because of the
A lot of
topic of the
things can happen all
room.
at once. I
That's
I, I don't
right,
I
Right.
but
don't
So
think that we
I
have to
Hold
think
crazy.
do
on,
I
that.
hold on,
think
hold
it's
on.
because of the
Let's
topic of
get
the
to the
room
let's
was
get to the
about
new
the
people, and then
movie.
we get
That's
back to the
probably why.
popcorn. I mean, we can get back to the bill, but people, we got Negas, Sir Major, and Willie. Let's get through them, and then we'll do the popcorn, because I wanted to play this trailer to this movie, and talk about it. But who was first, Sir Major or
No, niggas was first.
the Negro? All right, the Negro, it's on you.
All right, family. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm going to talk about some of the geopolitics and some of the things that I've been posting in the jumbotron. First things first. We shouldn't be getting involved with Palestine because they run with Nazis. I have it in the video. They World War II. That's how they get down. So if you want to be with Nazis, go ahead. So be it. Be a coon. Second of all, they use this wealth thing to hide the wealth gap and to disrespect our reparations justice claim. You cannot educate your way out of our oppression. We need reparation. That was through the Dr. Darity report. Again, these people out here cooning. And the other thing that I want to talk about is these Asian populations that's coming through. Most of them are coming through the West Coast and also through Canada. Also, their numbers are stampeding the Latinos. I also posted that up in the Jumbotron. See, y'all guys are not using the Jumbotron, and y'all out here caping for a demographic that is hostile to the American Negro and our interests, and their goal is to destabilize us and move us out the way for the office of the new American people. You might not like it, but this is the predicament for our people. And I get upset and concerned when people who just bring their asses over here to this country telling us what the fuck we should be doing. We don't do that with other groups. We just fight wars and win them. That's why y'all want to come over here and kill us, because we done put in a lot of work all around the world, all throughout the ages. So that's just the God honest truth. They're trying to target us. You can look up at the Jumbotron. You can see the facts that I'm talking about. And quit talking about this nonsense that you can wealth gap your way out of this shit. Read the Dr. Darity 50-page report. Quit disrespecting my ancestors' legacy. I hate that shit.
Yeah, talk that shit. Yeah. See, this is why it's good to have new people, man. All right, who was on? I just followed you too. I ain't know about the Palestinian side with the Nazi. That's crazy. You got to send me that.
Brother, I created a video, a minute video with the man's name in there, and I've been telling people about that. And this is how they slap a black identity extremist on
Was it
our people.
Hamas or was it the like civilians? Like was it Hamas? Was it like the Palestinian
No,
government?
it's the Palestinian people. They made as a choice to do business with Hitler. All right? Know your global politics. Isn't that what one of these bimbos said?
Hey, let's not call names. We don't need to call names.
Hold
But
on.
that's a good point.
Who?
I want to make a good point. I want to highlight something he said that I don't want y'all to miss. The Asian immigrant population is literally historically a buffer class. So I get it, but y'all need to be actually aware of who are the people that's flooding. And we know as Black Americans, if we lived in any Black community, you know what stores ran our communities. Chinese stores. You know what I mean? Like at least in Philly. I don't know where y'all live,
Koreans.
but come on, y'all
Koreans
know
in
what kind of
L.A.
stores was in our community
South
that was
Central.
sucking money out of our communities. So it's like keep your eye on the prize, man. Don't be distracted by just what they're telling you on Fox News, because the Fox News would kind of make it look like it's just like, you know. Well, anyway, I'll let the next speaker go. But
Sir
just keep your eye on the
Major is up
prize.
next.
I
Well,
posted up the
remember,
Dr.
What's up,
Asian.
Darity
Sir
report to
Major?
justify what I'm talking about too. So ain't
Well,
nobody.
Yeah,
What's
he
good?
did.
I'm
He
gonna
did. He
grab
Asian
did
shit.
post the
also
thing. He did post the
also
thing with the
Asian
stats.
I just
Asian
followed you. Good
does
shit.
include Indian, Hindu,
Yeah,
and
it
Muslim.
does. It does.
So
Good
yes,
point.
you're right.
Okay. It's on Sir Major and then Willie Dynamite. Oh, is that the real Willie Dynamite? Oh, I can't bring your pimp ass over here.
That's
All right.
no. That's
Sir Major's on you.
All right, appreciate it. Shout outs to the host and the co-host. Appreciate the conversation. Um, you know, we use this phrase called two things can be true at one time. Can And you please one stop stealing my voice, sir, Major? Please stop stealing my
Nigga,
voice.
stop. Everyone says you mimic me. It's okay. Listen, two things can be true at one time. What folks have to remember is
Man, that's
that,
crazy. Y'all niggas do sound alike. I just realized. What the fuck?
Hell is that?
yeah, he's
no,
been
they do
spending 3 years.
not.
He's, oh my fucking God. Can I get through what I need to say? There's only one person who's been dominating the whole entire conversation. So let me say this. At the end of the day, two things can be true at one time. And then I think it goes back to when the sister Wealth was speaking, she was saying some factual shit. Folks who operate on a low frequency didn't pick it up. And that's just being real. That's not to be disrespectful. Um, the other thing is this, is that there's some people who happen to be a part of our community who don't look past their street, or they don't think past their city or their state or their county, right? And so, to the sister Wealth and Velvet, you guys were absolutely categorically factual, and you said nothing wrong. What I saw was you guys being silenced and double teamed, and I didn't like that. And that's why I kept jumping in whenever I could. I think it goes back down to Lou. It goes back down to respect, right? Everybody in this space want to be respected. Oh, you gonna respect me, right? But then they don't like to give that same respect, and that's when you have problems. So when you say, "Well, oh, leave it to the sisters," unfortunately, sometimes we just got to say, "Oh, are we gonna keep it moving?" Right? But going back to the conversation the sister made about Palestine, I am a Black Lives Matter activist. But before I'm a Black Lives Matter activist, I'm a activist for Black people, and I have a proven track record of winning lawsuits, winning cases, and working with top attorneys in this country. Others who profess on this stage to be activists have no track record whatsoever, and I'll put mine up any day with anybody on this stage. What I'll say is that I've seen Palestinians come out to support BLM act or protests. I've seen it. And they'll come waving their flags. And I will politely tell them, especially at my rallies, can you put your flag up? This is not a time to be political. This is not a time for you to wave your flag. If you're going to be in solidarity with black folk, I need you to do that. Okay. The same. What also is true is that in Minnesota, it was a Palestinian who called the police on George Floyd. So let's keep that in perspective. Not all Palestinians fuck with black Americans, and not all of them are against us. DJ Khaled's Palestinian. He's Palestinian. He ain't said shit about defending black lives over the course of the last 10 years. Okay? So now he profits off of our pain and suffrage. He profits off of our backs. He also helps blood sucks our communities just as every other foreigner who comes and put a gas station or liquor store in our community. So we're not going to uplift one, right, in spite of our own situations here. The other thing is that the Israelis, a lot of them don't fuck with us. And we know that they racist in a motherfucker. Because if you take your black ass over there, they're teaching their babies to call you despicable and disparaging names. Same thing with Ukraine and the other country. Okay? So we truly, black Americans, have no fucking friends. What I do agree and support is that we do need to focus what's happening in our own backyards, right? While being mindful and aware and taking it underneath advisement of what Sister Velvet and Wealth talked about. So two things can be true at one time. It goes back to respect. And when these two sisters were speaking, they were blatantly disrespected and no one said anything. I'll land.
Not too much on the Jews.
I
I
wanted to say
thank you for that.
something.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sir Major.
Wait. He
You're
said
welcome.
Israelis. He didn't say Jews. There's a difference.
Yeah, I have to
Not too much
respect.
on the Jews.
I have to respectfully listen. I believe in what Harry Poon Newton said. Harry Poon Newton said, "Act locally, think globally." Right? I have no problem with that. But I want to say something that I was
Are
listening.
y'all talking or no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wanted
Creed
to
Yes,
make
talking.
I
it's
wanted to make this
top
disclaimer.
boss.
If the Jews are listening, just notice this is my account. I did not say anything bad about y'all. All right.
oh,
If
we
No,
they're
the
listening.
appreciate
fuck you didn't.
we appreciate
And,
your
and no,
addressing.
nor did
No,
I, by the way.
you supposed to say we remember what you did to Kanye and Kyrie. We
Just to
we
let
ain't
you
playing.
know.
And
We
he
ain't
deserved
playing
it.
with
And
y'all.
he
Just to
deserved
let
it.
y'all
He
know
deserved it.
this
And
is
he
me
deserved
right
it.
here, the Jews, okay?
He deserved it.
All
Let me.
right, all right.
Hello. Yeah. So think globally, right? Think. I'm sorry. Act local. Think globally is what Huey P. Newton said. So
I like my PayPal and my Cash App.
come on. Can anybody
Somebody's
hear me?
talking, Kurt.
Oh, I
Yeah, we
can't
can
Curtis.
hear
hear
you.
nothing.
Curtis.
Can you guys hear Top Boss? Top Boss is talking.
Yes.
Y'all hear?
Top boss talking. Yes.
Oh, my bad. I can't hear shit.
Oh, so for that reason, I understand that, but I heard some troubling things that Velvet said. I don't know if Velvet's lineage, but I want to say this. One thing that Black Americans haven't come to terms with, and I think it's
You know her lady is. Stop playing.
no, I don't know her lineage. I don't even know who she is. I don't even know who she is. It's my first time hearing her. Um,
I
but
would tell you who I am, but go ahead.
go ahead. Your lineage?
Yeah,
It's
you
Shan.
you know who I am.
Yeah, Shan.
Oh, that's Shan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Shan. Never mind, Shan. See, I was about to get you. I thought you were
Oh
West
my
African.
God.
I thought she was West African. I was supposed to say, "How
I know
dare
West Side
you?"
like
Oh
that.
God.
I'm going on mute. I'm
So you
done.
were
I'm
only
going on
going to
mute.
criticize her comments because you thought she was West
Yeah,
African.
I thought she was talking shit and throwing shade. Like,
Okay.
never mind. I'm going on mute.
No, but wait, Creed. No, okay. So out of what I said though, what was shade? Because I feel
No,
I
that
ain't
it
gonna lie,
wasn't.
that was crazy.
no, like
I thought
what,
you were doing
Creed?
that whole. You Black Americans are ignorant and don't know geopolitical.
No, that's not what I said.
No, I'm not saying you.
No.
I get where you coming from now. I thought
Oh, now you get it because she
that because
Negro. Okay.
I don't yeah, because I thought because I've heard a lot of diasporans throw that.
Because the way how I said it. Okay, I see what you're
Yes,
saying. I see what you're
the way
saying.
you
Yeah, yeah.
said it is I've heard a lot of diasporans do that and it plays into that. Oh, you Black Americans are stupid. You know nothing about the world. That
Well,
whole thing.
listen. Well, Cree, you know I come from an indigenous standpoint, but I'm trying
Yes,
to
thank you.
speak
Yes,
on the Black American standpoint. Okay, so y'all won't jump on me
exactly. I know.
and be like,
Yeah.
"We ain't all Indians,
Don't
share."
be scared. Don't be
So
scared. Stand on your shit. Don't be scared. This is a IGB, man. We want the smoke, man.
Well, I'll say this, Lou. I've been doing my research, right? And from what I could tell, the documentary that Marcel Dixon is essentially, like you said, it's he worked in collaboration with Africans, right? And basically, these Africans, they want,
Nigerians. Let's be specific. He worked with.
right, Nigerians. And I think
And
what they want to
Ghanaian.
Okay, and what they want to do is they want to help him and they want to clarify what Tether is because they want people to understand that Tether doesn't mean immigrant or black immigrant. It specifically speaks to just a black immigrant who is like a coon, the coon version of a black American, essentially. That's what Tether means. It doesn't mean black immigrants or immigrants, innocent people as a whole. It's not speaking to someone who earnestly comes here to make it better and make a better life for their family and want to, prosper and realize the American dream, which is our American nightmare. But nonetheless, that want to realize the American dream. He's not talking about them in that documentary. He's literally breaking down what Tether is, what it is. And they're even talking about like talking points that often you hear from a lot of people who come from this country that are anti-black American. They're addressing those points and saying this is the type of rhetoric that you particularly hear from tethers, and this is why we call them tethers.
And again, that goes back to why it seemed it was received and perceived before certain people like Sir Major came into the space that when the young lady down at the bottom, Wealth Financial Flowers, was trying to come off and say that we somehow need to stop being divisive in our talking points about delineation because she has a different perspective. And again, that goes back to us having this conversation with people who, even she mentioned, this is not being discussed on the mainstream. It's not because, of course, we are the grassroots. We are the people who are coming out of the belly of the beast that are saying we no longer want to be used and abused by a political party or people who just want to vote blue no matter who. And we don't want people who just want to tie themselves to our detriment just so they can use our pain and suffering, like what happened with Darren Sills, because Black Lives Matter, the term, did not come off of media. It came from him when he was at the podium trying to tell us what was going on after Michael Brown was murdered. And yet people still forget that
So
because
Willie
the people who took over for that organization that created that large organization off the heels of a Jewish man that was
They're
head of that
immigrants.
organ. They were immigrants. But Darren Seal, his name, his voice, the things that he did got pushed under the rug. And he was a black American and he was used and then murdered
And
because
murdered.
they were trying to silence him. So all we're trying to say is if you're going to come into a space and please don't belittle people and say, "Oh, this is just Twitter," because we're real people who pick up our phones and get on this social media app to connect. So we've been doing this for a long time. So when you come in and trying to state your claim and you come off a certain way, it was very condescending and was very disrespectful. And Sir Major did not hear that, and so that's why he came in on the tail end of Connie and myself and other people rebuttaling as hard as we were doing because it was very disrespectful. And we are descendants and we are a part of this country and our experience does matter. It
Willie Don-
does.
Willie Dynamite, I know you want to speak. I'm just going to say this real quick. I find it very interesting, Lou, was that, this is the weirdest thing that I heard Mickey say. So she was like, no one's discussing this in the mainstream. And I didn't think to address that. And I'm like, yo, Mickey, you really are not part of our movement. Like, you're not in our communities. You're such a Pan-African that you really don't know what's going on because
Creed, I didn't even hear that term until Clubhouse. Y'all
I
and
understand, but
your
let me
little
let me put you on game. Let me put you on
No, no,
game.
no, y'all. It literally, my comments have been mentioned more than using this space for education. First of all, this is international gangbang, right? Intellectual gangbang. This is literally how we roll. You are absolutely one of the most condescending, arrogant people I have ever encountered in my life.
Yeah,
So
you.
I'm just really annoyed by this because, quite frankly, you're not using this
Carlito,
space
what
as a
up?
place to educate. Hey, Starlito, right? So, in as opposed to being, like I was literally calling out names like some people were. I was literally speaking out into the universe, and yet people have taken that to confuse my words, to trip them up, right? I didn't come at any of you personally. Quite frankly, I don't know
I'm
you
not trying to come
like
at you
that,
personally.
Creed,
I
but
was
you
just
know
dealing with
very
a
well what
statement. No,
I'm
no,
saying.
no, 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 no. I was just dealing. No,
Because
no,
I
no,
didn't know,
man.
I never
I'm not
heard of
coming.
Pan African, I never heard of ADOS, I never heard of
Oh, I
FBA,
understand, but
and I
okay. Well,
can
let me just
admit
say this.
all of those things. So when I say mainstream,
Okay.
we all know what mainstream is.
Okay, but that's why I disagree. I want to deal with
Because
that issue
reparations is a
of that
global
statement.
topic every day.
I wanted to deal with that statement that you made,
And
right?
I'm
When you
not
said,
really comfortable being centered. Like, if you want to
okay,
use this space to educate
all
people,
right.
then
Can I just
educate
deal with a
people.
statement? The statement that you made about mainstream, right? This is where I disagree with you on, and this is why I disagree with you. We are mainstream. Our talking points are very mainstream. And the reason why I say that, right? I literally was watching Fox News and they were literally talking about FBA. They were talking about ADOS and they were breaking it down. They had to ask a troll dude by the name of Hotep Jesus, and he attempted to break it down. He got a little bit of it wrong. But I looked at Fox 5. They're on Fox 5 on Fox News talking about us. When I looked at Donald Glover did an entire episode around FBA and ADOS and our movement. And he's even talked about it in articles, literally mentioning us. That we are very mainstream rappers, entertainers, journalists. Literally, I watched Roland Martin, and Roland Martin, who is literally plugged in to the central plexus of the Democratic Party. They ain't nobody in the Congressional Black Caucus that he ain't got in his telephone that he could literally pick up and get on the phone within a nanosecond. And he knows about our movement. He's constantly bitching and moaning about it. The Democrats know about our movement. The Democrats have literally targeted Tariq Nasheed. The Democrats elites have targeted Tariq Nasheed and gone after him to shut him down. Like, our movement is known. They know about us now.
They went after Dr. Shirley Weber
That's
during
right.
the
That's right.
reparations hearings, so much so that they put Pan-Africanists from the two organizations, one who Cheryl Grills and
Narcan
Lisa
and Cobra.
Holder, Narkin and Cobra
Hold on.
on the committee hearings to try to derail lineage as the basis.
And
So
sure,
again, that's why I keep saying listen, it is not to be condescending. It is to address how you were actually coming off. And we've had these conversations with many people before so that we can bring you in to maybe the know. Maybe you need to be in the know because you're so busy in globalization politics or geopolitical politics that you aren't aware of what's happening at the grassroots level,
but they're
as you
just
just said.
hold on. But even then, they're discussing us globally. Go look at the Al Jazeera when those young black men had that Twitter space, and 25,000 people were in the room. They literally had celebrities and movie stars. But in addition to that, I want to let you know, Mickey, they had every global outlet in that room listening to us talk about lineage-based reparations, from CNN to NBC to everybody. There was literally everyone in that fucking room, right? International news. They had an entire article that they ran on, a whole entire segment they ran on Al Jazeera about foundational black Americans. You could look it up. An entire segment about reparations on Al Jazeera. And they said foundational black Americans. They didn't say African Americans. They didn't even say black Americans. They said foundational black Americans. So we are global. You know why? One thing about Mickey, about foundational black Americans, is that we set the trend. When we speak, the world listens. When we stand up, the world pays pays attention. We have always had this, and this is why I tell us we have to, particularly in these troubling times, use our power very, very wisely. Because when we speak, the world listens. When we stand up, the world pays attention. When we talk, the world hangs on to what we say. We are the global shakers and global movers when it comes to struggle and when it comes to revolutionary movements. The world looks to us. So we have a particular power and we have a particular privilege that we take advantage, that we need to take advantage of. And the fact that literally Al Jazeera ran an article, a whole entire segment calling us FBA and talking about reparations shows you our power.
I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. If, look, it's 2023. If can anybody with a straight face call themselves Pan Africanists? And if you really are, there is a bloody civil war in South Sudan right now. All Pan Africans need to be over there on deck fixing that. If you are truly Pan-Africanist and you care about African people globally, the bloodiest war on planet Earth is not in the Middle East, it's not in Russia and Ukraine, not in Eastern Europe, it's in Southern Sudan, South Sudan. All Pan-Africanists, you need to go to duty over there and figure that shit out. Stop grifting and stop trying to make money off being a panhandler and go be a Pan-Africanist right there in South Sudan.
So all I'll say is the definition. The definition of mainstream is conventional, normal, that which everyone ascribes to. Get
So
married, have a
Negroes ain't
baby, go to.
normal, woman?
What in the entire? You know what?
Yeah, yeah.
Me,
So let me
Jesus.
jump in. Well,
You
I
know
got it.
what? May
I got
I
it.
freaking
I got it. I got
I
it.
cannot even bang on here
Yo,
because
No,
yo, yo, can I
don't
speak,
get mad.
man?
You know what? You know what? It's okay. You got
All
it.
right, let's not attack her. Don't
Thanks.
hold on.
attack her
Yeah.
No,
yet.
no,
Don't
that's
attack her.
not an attack. That y'all can label things as you want. I like Webster's, but I guess that's being Pan African too or whatever. The only reason when you
Miki, you're
bring
not
up
Pan-Africanist. You're capitalist. Come on, stop.
oh Curtis, whatever. So
You're not Pan-Africanist.
when you bring up as Velvet the reference, and this is I'm really just gonna stop. I'm just because I literally just God help us, literally
So,
God help us
well. To
when
your
we
Ju-
point,
talk
right?
about what the United States is doing and being aware of what is occurring with your tax dollars, because if you're concerned about who is coming into this country, who is getting resources, who is taking away resources, you're always going to be concerned about the taxpayer's dollar or where we are putting subsidies or who we are funding or who we're sending weapons to, whether you agree with it or not, whatever side of the party you're on, because all parties do it. It's how they contribute to the dominance and us literally having our nose in everybody's business because we dictate everyone's business. Y'all are making it seem as if I was telling you to go and do a humanitarian mission. I literally did not even mention the people or the plight. I said the countries, the wars, the aggressions, the funding, right? So when we need to communicate these things, we really need to understand what is being said, right? I didn't say go on a refugee mission and be a missionary and try to go
No,
preach
but
to
it but
people
it
about being an
detracted
American.
but it detracted from the topic of the room, and it took the topic of the room from a domestic conversation to a global conversation. And again, it's not that we
Okay.
don't understand that. That is
No
what
one
we were
said
trying
that
So,
to
you did,
clear.
but I
You
hear
to your
y'all
point.
actually
will holler.
did. You actually
Well,
did.
maybe some people didn't because
So,
here we
so,
are an hour later still discussing it.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
I
Well,
The,
well,
don't
Can
ma'am,
I
know.
we
say
okay,
can't
something?
okay,
educate
Can I
our
say
African.
something?
financial.
Hold
Can I
on.
say something? Can I
So,
say
Miki, do
something?
you want us to go
Can I
back to
say
Africa?
something?
Yes or
well,
no?
hold on, Willie.
Can I say something? Can
To
I say
Wells'
She didn't
something?
point,
say
though.
it.
Can I
Why
say
did
Hold on.
you
something?
listen?
Hold on, goddamn. You gonna keep saying the same thing 50 times, brother? I don't know who kept saying that. Can I say something? Let Sir Major go, and then whoever that.
That
Can I
was
say
Willie.
something? All right, Willie, you go after Sir Major, brother.
No, Sir Major was saying, "Can I say something?" It was Willie's turn.
No, that was it's on Sir Major. Let Sir Major go, then it's on Willie.
She knows she's lying. That's what a
Definitely
hater
said, "Can I
does.
say something?"
No,
Your
That was
turn,
No,
that
that
then
was
was
me.
Willie.
that's not.
That
That
was
was
me.
yeah. Willie said he said it. All right, April. All right, Willie just said he said it. So let's move on quickly. What the fuck?
Thank you. Shout outs to the haters. Look, what I'll say is this. To Wells' point, though, right? It is intellectually dishonest
Hold
to
on,
get
sir.
on
You
any stage.
Pan-Africanist now?
I'm never a pen. Come on, man. You know I don't eat food that way.
That's
But
what
but
I'm saying.
right
Okay,
is
all
right.
right.
Wrong. Hey, Curtis, chill out. Right is right, wrong is wrong, right? And here's where I think we are. I think it's intellectually dishonest to sit on the stage and say that FBA, Foundational Black Americans, is mainstream. The people, black people, are mainstream, sure, because we did take the culture and everyone takes from us, and they look to us, and we set the trends, right? That's a fact. But this idea that ADOS, FBA is mainstream, if you go ask the average black person, what is that? They won't know. If you go talk to folks who specifically are on Clubhouse, they may know. If you talk to folks who are specifically on Black Twitter in the conscious spaces, they may know. But this idea that we're mainstream now, are we getting mainstream? Absolutely. Do they use our talking points? Do white folks sit in our black spaces and go back to the Democratic Party and the Republican Party and use our language? Absolutely, that happens. It happens every day. They're probably here now. The other thing is this: has Fox News, the corporation, I'm not talking about Fox 5 Atlanta, but has corporate Fox 5 Atlanta is owned by the real Fox in New York. But the Fox New York, the one in New York, do they use our language, tangibles and things like that? Yes, they do it, right? But they're getting it from the parties. So there we are with that. To wealth,
I
I would
agree with
say
that
this.
point. I agree
Yeah.
with that.
So to wealth, I would say this, right? At this stage, I think you made your point abundantly clear. I think that when you speak, I think it would do wonders if you do spaces, breakout spaces, aside from this room, and you start from A to Z. You got to go back to the basics. You got to do economics 101. You got what I'm saying? Because you're talking to some folks who just don't want to get it, and who's committed to misunderstanding you and interpreting what you're saying a different way. I will say for a lot of our FBA family in here, we are, and I'm gonna be honest, a lot of us don't give a damn about what happens abroad, right? Because if we're dying here in America, who gives a fuck about what happens in Ukraine? Who gives a fuck about what's happening in Palestine, right? We trying to stay the fuck alive. And so that's where that's where the collide is. You got folks who just don't give a fuck, right? Because if our money, and I'm not saying that folks are right or wrong about it, I'm just simply saying we're tired of dying here, right? And so that's where you're coming into a space that primarily only gives a fuck about what matters to us right now. And that's not, you have to understand, I'm sure you understand that that matters too, right? And I'll land with that.
I
I
think
do
that's well
understand.
said. That's well
Thank
said.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because I think, like you said, I think someone mentioned, or maybe it was another space, the ethnocide, um, paper genocide, the erasing of Black history, um, even in the school system. How can you stretch yourself so thin? But see, that's why, if I take it to my military experience, we have different departments that study different things because everybody can't be on the front lines at the same time and everyone doesn't have that same fight. So when you have soldiers that, let's say, like I said, once again, wealth, she has a strength. You can't expect her to be on Fox News debating all night. That's not her. Maybe that's Sir Major, that's you, right? But she might be the soldier that can actually tell you, hey, listen, while y'all looking this way, we got your back looking this way because there's some shit coming down the pipeline and we gotta be on our toes well with it. And I think that's just the where we're at right now in this country. I don't care who you are. There's nobody safe, especially with this wealth gap. White, black, Hispanic, you're not in a safe position. White wealth is even declining in this country. And who identifies white, that's even changing now. So what we think of white from the 1800s and early 1900s, that's about to look totally different by the time we get closer to 2070. Totally different. So, it's like we're growing, and I feel like we're devolving with this country as it continues to grow. Because remember, this country is only what, 200 plus years old. It's not even that old. So these different changes it's going through, we're feeling left out with the changes. And I just want to say this one last thing too for Black immigrants. Um, to the movie. I guess we can try to get back to the movie, but I feel like these conversations are needed in this capacity, the way how we're having this amount of compassion with each other, where black immigrants, sorry, can understand where y'all are coming from. And I think that there is some sort of disconnect that's happening in this country where it's like there one side of America that's fighting and chasing an American dream. There's another side of America that's literally trying to restore the humanity within this dream. And these two parties they're having a hard time having a conversation. Because yes, one side wants to chase, one side wants to understand, hey, why are you operating illegally and taking my rights? You're taking my bloodline, you're taking everything that I have left out of me to give to somebody else. So I don't know when or how these conversations will happen amongst the Black immigrant collective and the Black American collective and even the indigenous part. Because now I see Indians banging with black people now, and it's like, what the fuck that happened at, right? What going on? What the hell?
What are you doing? I want to fight with you. You do not come to my room and talk shit about me.
No, not those Indians, the American Indians. The American Indians, the
Uh,
indigenous. Yeah, the like now there's like a banging between the freedmen's and this and whether we're gonna be an Indian, whether we're gonna be black. And it's like we ain't got time. No, nobody in this country got time for none of that shit. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Nobody
Wait a
has
minute,
time
are
for
you
that.
talking about the native Indians that owned slaves that participated in the slave trade?
Well,
Those
my tribe
natives?
didn't own no slaves, baby. I come from
last
the
But
year, it was
that's
Shinnecock.
conversation. Was
We
in.
ain't
Okay,
had no
so
slaves.
that's the
hold, hold, hold.
conversation that's being
hold.
had, though. That's the
Okay,
group
so
that you're
what I'm
talking
saying,
about,
Yeah,
the one who
that's
yeah.
the
owns slaves.
conversation. Okay, but again, if it goes back to factual information, and we're not speaking about whatever tribe that your lineage is from, the lineage in the tribes that actually had the term freedmen in them because they own slaves, that's documented. That's a realization thing. They are actually going to Congress. They are actually
Absolutely.
in front
Yeah.
of Congress trying to get their reparations and get their names included back onto the rolls
Absolutely.
because they were removed. That is a real
I
life
was at
thing.
Congress. I was at Congress last summer
So
with the
all I'm
freedmen.
saying
So
is,
I know
but
that story. Yeah.
right. So I'm saying is freedmen in the terms of people who are the descendants of freedmen. That is a real term. You cannot argue that down in regards to what capacity you believe or don't believe. It's a real term. It's documented in throughout all universities. Even if you don't go to them, you can go to their libraries and pull up books. You can go to your local library and pull up books, and you'll see the term freedmen. And most of the time, those freedmen, Negro Indians, because they were also classified as Negro, which is why the importance of the term Negro be in the lexicon. Because again, I've never heard of somebody in HR going to HR saying, "Oh, they called me a Negro. I need you to write them up, or they need to be fired or something." That is a real term that belongs to the lineage. So if you don't know anything about the OMB initiative, the fight to make sure that we keep all of our classified terms, then you need to know that. That's
Are
not
you are
a
you talking to
that's
me about knowing
no,
that?
no, just in
Oh,
general. Just in
okay.
general. Just in general at
Yeah, I
this
about to
point.
say because I've been teaching that for about past 3 years. You
You know what I'm
know what
saying?
I'm saying?
The OMB fight was just the OMB fight was just a couple of months ago and it's still ongoing. So all I'm saying is maybe again for the people in the back who are coming into the space, like Sir Major just mentioned, maybe it's coming a meeting of the minds, if you will. It's not that no one knows anything. It's maybe we just need to figure out what we all do know and come to some common collective.
I
And
think
I'm for
one of
that.
the I think one of the issues that we're having as people, at least on this app that we can identify maybe historically, is like I think at this point in time, and I'm gonna just be blunt, we need to have a list of priorities. And there's nothing wrong with that. Every group got a list of priorities. And I think what people are feeling, whether you're immigrant, whether if you're not, whether if you're outside of the Black American community, people get offended It's okay for black people to say no. We got our list of priorities and they're coming first. There's nothing wrong with that. And why do we got to sound so apologetic and so soft spoken when we want to say that? Every group get to prioritize what's important to them. Why the fuck can't we once, for once in our history, in our country that we built, say we are have a list of priorities? Not saying we don't give a fuck about you. It's just that we got 554 things we need to do first, and then we'll get to you if you're still here. Other than
Well, because
that,
Curtis,
we
we don't
we
want
have a
people
list of
calling us
priorities,
ignorant.
and I
That's
think we
why
just
we
got to
don't.
keep it moving. I think y'all do too much explaining of why we got to do what we need to do for us, and we don't owe to anybody that. We literally got a list of priorities, and that's it. Let's keep it moving. Next, that's it. And they can
Yeah, but
cry about it in
we
a
owe the
corner.
people.
People can
We
cry
owe the
about it in
people.
a corner. They can go complain about it or go make another room about it. That's it. It's that
Yeah, but
simple.
but but it's hard to do that when you have a lot of people that vote and they keep voting one way, and we keep ending up in the position that we're in because they are maybe again intelligently foolish because they are doing something thinking that the good deeds,
Yeah,
the good deeds that have
but
paved the
the
road to hell.
I get what you're
Well,
saying, but the
people
thing is this.
can change their vote
See,
because
the
my
thing is that
family is
hold on,
conservative, and I no 2 seconds, right?
hold on.
Because
But we was having a
no,
dialogue.
no,
Let me
I
just
just
respond to
real
that really
quick,
quick. Let
and
me
I
just
did put some things
before
in
you
the
give us your
chat.
personal hold on. Before you give us your personal experience, let me just tell her what to say. But the thing is, see, I think this is why we got to change the way we think. We don't need everybody on board. We need a critical mass. The way movement happens is a critical mass. You start small and it grows a nucleus. See, one of our things is we like to stand on a mountaintop and speak to everybody at once. That's not how change happens. You get enough because most of the people in our community are followers anyway. They're not leaders. And I think that's another thing. Y'all want followers who have proven that they are followers to get out and lead. No, allow them to continue being followers. And once the people that actually know the truth and did the research, did the information, did the work, we start leading the people in another direction. If we get enough people going in that direction, I promise you everything that the rest will follow. They follow every other trend that we do. You just have to continue being the trendsetters in politics. That's it.
So all I wanted to
All
say is
right, can I speak now?
I'll just say real quick, people absolutely can change the way that they vote. Not only is my family conservative, I was a card carrying young Republican. And then when Trump ran, I absolutely stopped being a conservative. I did not.
Is she talking? I can't hear.
She might have got a
Um,
call.
Well, she
Someone
got a
muted
clip, so
me.
let me go. Hold on,
For
let me go. Everybody else been
no, no,
speaking
no,
for
it's
mad
okay
long.
because we hate facts, right? So that's another stereotype against
No,
us.
Ma'am,
But
you
I
Mickey,
like
just
you
to.
went
distilled
all
the
the way
fact
out.
about
We
the
didn't
wealth
hear you
gap,
for like
ma'am.
30
So
whole
all I'm
seconds.
merely
You went
saying
out.
is that you
You
can
went out.
change.
We didn't hear anything that you
Oh,
just
I get
said.
it.
And it
I
wasn't her
heard
go
you the first
anyway. It
time,
wasn't her
Showers.
go anyway. Hold
All I
Yeah,
on.
was
we
gonna
didn't
say
hear
is that
Hold
you.
on, hold on, hold
okay.
on, hold on. Hold on, man.
All right, just let her go. Shout out to Queen Starlito. But hey, you was talking about you was voting Republican, then Trump came, and then you switched your politic. That's where you
But
left
she
off.
watched every episode of The Apprentice.
It's on you, Mickey. Mickey, it's on you. You got to unmic.
Oh, when you someone says mute, it's probably Curtis because he thinks this is amusing, but it would be amusing to you, Curtis, right? This is your, you know what? Let me stop. No, I didn't watch The Apprentice because I don't need to watch people say you're fired. I guess that's amusing to you. How adorable.
How you know he
Uh,
say that then?
anyway, yeah, you would find Trump adoring, wouldn't you? I guess you're used to being insulted.
Hey,
Anyway,
hey,
like I
wealth
was saying.
financial lady, what do you say to Dr. Darity and the wealth gap? Saying,
Hey, bro. Just let her land. I don't know why I keep cutting her off. Just
Oh,
let
you
her
don't
land.
want me to start talking about the wealth gap.
I
I
know,
can
because I
let her.
want to hear new people.
Yeah,
So we
you
got here
don't
because
want.
you were rude and disrespectful and
Hold on,
told us
Let
that
her
I
bash
know.
Trump.
hold
She
on.
want to take this moment to bash
Yo.
Trump, y'all. Let her
All right,
do
so
it.
look. Since y'all finna keep,
Showers, you
hold
calling
on.
somebody.
Hold on, wait. Since y'all interrupted her, I'm about to give her 66 minutes since y'all want to keep playing. Come on, man. Just let her land and then y'all can respond. God damn.
Miki, you got to unmute.
Curtis, you think that shit is real cute that you mute and then tell
I
people to
didn't
mute?
mute you. I did,
And all I
you.
will say is that if y'all are calling me rude and disrespectful, I literally call on every single one of my Creole ancestors, including Marie Laveau, to judge the shit out of you. Like I hope she come and tickle y'all ass in the middle of the night every
Lou,
single
can you
I
tell her
goddamn
that you
promise you,
day.
my
muted
great
everybody,
grandmother
bro?
If
gonna
you
strangle
ever
her
call
back
me
to
rude
Yeah,
and
hell.
double mute.
disrespectful
Okay,
and
I
you have
want you
been
to
rude and
understand that.
disrespectful, Marie
I want you to
LaBeau, come and
understand
get
that.
their
I want you
ass
to
right
understand that your
goddamn
ancestor is
now.
not powerful
Yes.
than mine,
Oh,
baby.
oh,
I
baby,
want you
please.
to
We
know
talking
that.
about Marie
Okay,
What's
LaBeau.
going
you
on?
should
Okay.
know that,
Now I'm
and
gonna
you
go back
will
on
know
mute.
it. I want you to know it. Okay, your ancestors ain't greater
I
than
bind
mine,
that.
All right,
baby.
cool. Y'all got
I
that out the
bind
way.
that.
Y'all got that out the
I
way. Hold
bind
up.
that in the name of
Oh
Jesus.
my
I bind
God.
Oh
all
no,
of
don't
that
start
in the
talking
name of
about Jesus
Jesus.
now when
The
y'all been
fuck?
evil all damn
I
night. Jesus
bind
ain't gonna help
all
you.
of that. Oh,
Oh,
yes,
y'all
he
calling
is,
Again,
on
the
Harry
honey.
Holy
Poon?
Ghost
Okay.
Spirit.
Oh,
Calling on
always
Harry.
always on the main line. I
Y'all
don't know
calling
what
on
you
Harry?
talk
Oh,
about.
Jesus just don't like Africans though. Oh, okay. Girl, please.
I got a voodoo
I'm
doll.
Exactly.
done speaking,
And
Lou.
there it is.
And
And
I
there it
did put
That's
is.
what
links in
she
the
did when
chat
she first got
for
up here.
people
We
that
need
were
to side
fired,
with the Africans, work with the Africans.
for
We
people that
need
were
them.
fired
That's
for
literally what she came up here and said. That's how we ended up in this
Okay,
April.
space.
is it
I
Willie's
don't need
turn
you to
now? Is it
paraphrase for
Willie's
me.
turn?
I
Willie,
know,
no,
and it
wait,
don't
guys.
matter. I know you don't need
So
it. You
all
know
I
I'm gonna
else
Hey,
get
I
it.
was
hey,
gonna say
hey,
is I
hey,
did put
hey,
things
hey,
in the
listen,
chat.
listen. Hold on real quick. So Mickey, you know when I mute, it's a glitch on the app where it double mute. So you gotta like I mute and then I'll unmute and then it'll mute you again. I don't know why it does that. It's like a glitch on the app.
Oh, okay, I just like to talk about Curtis, no problem. But I did put two things in the chat in all seriousness. One in 2013 where someone was fired for saying Negro, and as recently as May of 2023, I believe that someone did lose their job for saying Negro. So yes, people are still getting fired for saying Negro. And if you just Google it, there are a lot of instances.
Well,
And
it
that's
does
all.
matter. Context does matter. So if they're being disrespectful or racist, then sure.
But
Great
the
space to
initial
do.
statement was that was why Obama removed it from the legislation. That's like that was also said, right? Obama removed it because people were talking about it on a corporate level. False. Like you
Uh,
literally said
I
these
literally
things.
said it. It was removed
Yeah,
from
but that was
all
not why he did it, and we know it. You were
because it was
gaslighting us the
considered a
entire
racial
time, and that's
slur.
why we were abrupt. You gaslight us the
That's
entire
not
time.
why
You
he
told
that's
us that
not why
Uh,
Tether,
he
the
removed
y'all
move,
it.
know
we were being
everything. All right.
divisive. This
Okay.
isn't going to help us. We can't alienate. We need them. We need their votes. That's what you said. You said we needed them. And that is why you got the reaction that
So
you
if you
did.
don't need anybody, why
We
hasn't the
don't.
economic
We
condition of
don't
black
need
people
anybody.
improved,
We
Showers?
need
Can you explain
ourselves
that to
at
me?
this moment. That
Then
is the
what
most
why
priority.
hasn't
That
our
is the
economic
first thing that we
condition
need to
improved?
focus on
Because of
is
Joe Biden.
ourselves. We
Okay,
don't
so
need
Joe
nobody
Biden.
else for you to
Okay.
come and
Well,
tell us
it
that
sure
we
ain't
need
improved.
somebody else is
It hasn't
ridiculous.
improved.
And that
It
is why you
hasn't.
received the clapback that you did. Not
It,
the topic of what you thought we should talk about, but the fact that you told us that we needed other people and that we
Not
should
everybody
shut the
clap
fuck
back.
up.
Not
That's
everybody
exactly
clap
what you
back, just
said. But
FYI.
that's what
You
you
don't
said.
represent all black people. I know you
But
think
that's
you
what
do,
you
but you
said,
don't.
though. That's
And
what you
thank God
said,
you
though.
don't represent
That
all
doesn't
black
change that
people.
you came up here and
You don't
said that
represent
we were
all black
alienating
All
people.
right,
people
lady,
and
hold
that
on,
we
hold on,
needed them. That you said that.
hold on, y'all. Hold on. White people just came into the room. We gotta, you know what I mean? Let's
What does
not.
that even mean? Like what? It's a white man's app.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, my bad, my bad.
wait a minute.
Curtis,
I
Curtis,
can't
be
stand
quiet.
I
Curtis,
just,
y'all.
All right, so
I
check it,
just
right? There's been a lot of
Then niggas a white South African apartheid white.
yeah, there's been a
So
lot of misinformation been
like
thrown around in this
what?
room,
To the
especially
part.
regarding immigration in this country. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk because motherfuckers don't even know how to shut up for 2 minutes. But anywho, um,
sorry, Willie.
Oh, they
yeah,
need
I live in New
Roger.
York. I'm born and raised in New York City. My family been up here since World War II. I just wanted to set that premise because I've heard in this room that people have said that those that are immigrating to this country are mainly coming from Venezuela, and that is not true. These people are coming from all over the world, and these people are not asylum seekers. That's the bullshit that the media is pushing out. One, these people are not coming from war-torn or economic deprived countries, and then if you are, you don't skip hundreds of countries to come to one country. You go to the most nearing country that's willing to sanctify you and give you safety. You go to the nearest one. You don't skip over continents and go to a whole nother country if you're asylum seeker. So that's that bullshit. Two, um the lie that they're putting out that these people are mainly coming from Venezuela is because they don't want you to see the influx of people that coming from other places. You have a lot of people that are coming from the Caribbean on the low. You have a lot of people that are coming from Africa on the low. You have a lot of people that are coming from Europe, mainly Ukraine, Russia, and parts of London as well. And you also have a lot of people coming from Asia. The reason that you don't notice the Asians, well, I'll start with the white people first. The reason why you don't notice the white people that are immigrants because they are not landing in our communities, nor are they in proximity to us. They are landing directly in white communities, and they are automatically being assimilated immediately, way before anybody else. These are these white illegals that are coming here because people are coming here illegally from all over the place, not just South America. That's one. Two, when it comes to the Asians, understand something that collectively they have to galvanize themselves as a race just to match our numbers as an ethnicity. That goes for Latinos, that even goes for white people. So we are the domineering ethnic group within this country. Don't let nobody fool you. Another thing to add to that is that when it comes to the tethers, now tethers are very, very real.
Hold on, what's your definition of tether first? Because I didn't
Oh,
hear eight. I
well,
didn't hear eight
I'll give you
definitions.
the definition. No problem, brother. A tether, one, is somebody who is of the black race but of a different ethnicity that works to undermine black Americans in particular. And I'll even extend the definition. It is also someone who is cosplaying us as our ethnicity. It is not of our ethnicity, which goes on a lot, particularly on this app. You have a lot of people on this app, particularly from my region of the country, that are pretending to be of the lineage and they are not. And they are gaining followings, and that's because people on this app are not vetting them. And if you want to use a tool to vet anyone, simply use our cultural and historic nuances in this country. That's how you vet people on any social media platform if they're of the lineage or not, because you have a lot of people who are not of the lineage, but they are well read, and what they do, they use Google as a tool. But when it comes to the nuances of our culture, such as how do you play red light, green light, such as what does L7 mean, such as whom what day of the week does Soul Train come on, these people do not know and don't have any answers for you because they're not of our lineage. So that's that point. As far as the tetherism, another thing is that
Tetherism is crazy.
yeah, no, it's real, brother. And the thing about it is that I noticed a lot of people who don't understand this as a reality are brothers and sisters who come from cities that still have large Black American enclaves to where immigrants are on the other side of the town. I don't have that luxury in New York City. We are, for the most part, depending on what part of the city you in, you are climbed up with all of these other ethnicities. There's damn near except the brothers and sisters on Sentinel Island. There is damn near not one ethnicity around this globe that I have not encountered just in this city. There are three things that are home to the city. That is Pan-Africanism, that is immigration, and that's hip hop. Okay, so I'm dealing with all of that up here just within the city alone, and that's not only on a micro personal level, that's on a macro level. If you need some evidence, watch. There's a clip about how there's an annual turkey giveaway out there in Queensbridge. That's where Nas, Roxanne Shante, MC Shan, that's where they're from. Okay, which was for years and to this day has been a predominantly black neighborhood. But yet you have the migrants coming in and skipping the line, going to our food pantries, going to I'm sorry?
What is that? Huh? What is it?
Her
Somebody got a
mic.
hot
Hold
mic.
on. Let me mute her.
Oh,
And can you start deleting the jumbotron? Whoever that person was, like, just filled it up with like 100 things.
Oh, so back to what I was saying. So now you have people that are here illegally jumping on these pantry lines and once again leapfrogging over foundational Black Americans in this country. So for the brothers and sisters in Chicago, for some of the brothers and sisters in Atlanta, this is just becoming a reality to you. This has been a reality for me my whole entire life that I've been living with. So understand that none of these groups, not none of these ethnicities deal with us on a collective level as brothers and sisters. All of them are hostile, all of them are enemies. You need to get that through your head. Just because they're black, just because they have melanin, they do not share any
Wait,
commonality with you. That's
hold
none of
on,
them.
hold on. So you said every black immigrant is our enemy?
Collectively, yes. You need to look at them like that. Collectively, yes. And
And he
if you
said
need,
every other
Nah.
ethnicity.
and collectively, yes. Because the thing is,
I
once
don't
again,
agree with that.
I know you don't agree with that, sister, because you're not from where I'm from when I'm witnessed this
I'm from
real
New
time. If
York,
you
and my
live in,
family been here before your family been here. That's a
I'm talking about
fact.
New York City, ma'am.
I'm from New York City, and my family
So how
been
your
here when
family
this
been here
was
before
all Long
mine,
Island,
ma'am?
baby.
Oh, so
Before
you're
your
Native
family
American.
migrated from the South, my family been here since the
So
1600s,
you're Native
baby.
American, right?
Listen, my family was enslaved
Right.
by the
Okay.
under.
So
Hold on, wait a minute.
let
My
me land my
family
plane,
was
sister. Let me land my
enslaved
plane,
on the
sister.
Underdog Plantation and Farm in Port
Uh huh.
Washington, Long Island. So
So
you
you're
talking
Native
to a
American.
foundational
So
New
you are
Yorker,
Native American.
all right?
So you're Native
All right.
American, sister. I know. I know the
You
history of the
migrated
sister.
into an era where my people were still
Sister,
enslaved in New York
sister,
State. So let's stop
all the
playing.
blacks that are aboriginal to this city that come from the island of Manhattan and come from the
Yeah,
tribes of
I'm a
Long Island, you're
Tinika,
Native
Shinika.
American,
Yes,
right?
Okachung. Yeah, I'm those people.
So
Yeah,
you're Native
yeah,
American. Just say that.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
not gonna say
relax. So let
Native
me land my
American.
plane.
What
I
I'm
know
saying
more.
is
Oh,
that
relax, relax,
you trying to make it sound like you
relax,
hold the
ma'am.
monopoly on New York.
Relax.
You don't
First of
hold a
all,
monopoly on New
once
York.
again, you're not from the city. You're from Long Island.
I'm from New York City. Is
You're
what you
from Long
talking about?
Island, ma'am.
What's the city then? What's the
Oh,
city? Long
the
Island
Man,
is
you
five
go
Brooklyn
where
boroughs
and
the
of New
cops
York
Queens.
City.
retire
The
at, ma'am.
five
I'm in
Brooklyn
boroughs.
and
Connecticut.
Queens is Long
Let's
Island.
not
What
act
are you
like you don't
talking
know where
about?
New
It's
York
one
City
lot.
is. You're
It's
from
one
Long,
island.
ma'am. This is
Brooklyn
why
and
you need to
Queens
let me
is
land my
one
plane,
island.
ma'am. This is exactly why you needed to let me
And
land my
first off,
plane.
my family is from. I got family in
Good for
Queensbridge.
you, ma'am. Good
My
for you.
auntie literally
Good
But
for
owns a
you.
isn't he
pantry
just
in
talking about
Queensbridge.
New York? But
Good
he's
So
for
what are
talking
you
you,
about New
talking
ma'am.
York.
about?
Good for you, ma'am. Good for you.
My family own a pantry in Queensbridge. You talking
Good for
about my
you,
family?
ma'am.
Why
Good
he
for
can't
you.
finish?
So
What a
don't hold
trigger.
no
What was
Good.
the
monopoly
Well,
on
what
New
trigger
this is
What
like
York.
is
a
point
You don't
tether
happening?
hold a
here?
trigger,
What?
actually.
monopoly.
This is tether trigger.
And
She's
why
Right?
she's
also of
chick? Because
Caribbean
she's a
descent
tether.
too. She's also of Caribbean descent, so she may
And
be
that's a
There
fact.
transcendent.
you go. There you
And
go.
that's a
There you
fact.
go.
And that's a
There
fact.
you
And you're
go.
not gonna say that everybody's an enemy. Everybody's
Ma'am,
not no fucking enemy.
relax, ma'am. This is a
Everybody's
tether
not an
trigger.
enemy.
Just
Don't do that.
relax. This is I'm
Don't do
That's
I'm
that.
how
not
we're
no
going to
mixed
treat
lineage.
everybody unless they till they prove otherwise.
Hold on. He's entitled to his opinion. Uh, he's entitled to his opinion. That's his opinion. If you want to say that every person except Black Americans is enemy, he's entitled to that. All right. Y'all probably never see each other a day in your life. So he's entitled.
Yeah, but he's speaking on Queensbridge pantries. That's literally my auntie and them. What are we talking about here?
We
I
talking
don't
about
know.
Tether.
So if that's
I'm
your auntie, and then why are they giving away
wait, wait,
tickets
wait,
to
wait,
illegal
wait, wait, wait.
immigrants?
She said her because I don't do the different names. She said her family got enslaved in the 1600s, so she would be qualified as I think one of her side is Caribbean, but based off the reparations, right? I thought this one parent got to have descendants of slavery since 1865. So are
That's
y'all
true.
making are y'all making up what y'all think is right, or y'all want to just go off feelings? Like, because I thought the classification was one parent traced slavery.
Oh, can I finish
Yeah,
landing
so
my plane?
yeah,
I'm
That
so
is
actually
so
going to
true.
yeah,
answer
so
your question.
one
I'm
We're
of
actually
talking
going to
about
That's
the
answer your
dual
true.
question.
allegiance.
your
Hold on,
Yeah,
parents.
hold on,
but
hold
that's
on. I'm
No,
Well,
answering.
he
dual
but we
allegiance.
talking
Like I
about
said,
you.
y'all
We
don't
No,
hold
talking
I'm
no
about
answering
which
your
side
monopoly
question.
do
on
you
I'm
nothing.
answering your
roll
You
with
don't
question, bro,
though?
hold
because
no
I didn't even
Which
get to
side
monopoly.
you
finish landing
roll
my
with?
The
plane,
fuck
bro. And
out
I've
of
been
here. You
I've
don't
been
hold no
extremely
monopoly.
patient in
Why
this
You
he
don't
room.
hold no
can't? Why he
motherfucking
can't
Let him
finish
monopoly.
though?
finish.
That's what
Can
I'm
we hear
saying. Why are
his?
you
You
so
gotta
triggered
hear
that
his
he
full
cannot
of
finish his
thought.
own
Yeah, let him
submission?
Let
land.
him finish the
Velvet,
God
full
damn,
thought.
let him
Velvet,
finish.
Velvet. You know how the room operate. You gotta, and then you can respond. Just you know how it go. Nobody but the rules.
Thank you. Good one, but sister, you're proving my point. So without me even going there, you're proving my point. But back to what we were saying. I said collectively. Once again, collectively. If you need proof, ask the sister, where is the Black American Enclave? Look at our celebrations. We just had Juneteenth this past year. Out in Prospect Park, there were immigrants, all from the Caribbean, with
Don't
all
forget that
Caribbean.
parade.
And I'm about to go there. And once again, no disrespect to the sister, she's from Long Island. In Long Island, you still
I'm
have
from
black.
Brooklyn, New York. I'm from Brownsville. Get
Okay,
it
Nah, you
correct.
from Long Island.
It's
okay.
all
You're
Long
from
Island though. It's
you
all on
from
the same
Brownsville,
fucking
Queensbridge, or
island,
Long
idiot.
Island.
It's
Pick
all on
one.
the same
So
fucking island.
Why can't he finish though?
Because he keep lying. I'm not from Long Island. What are you? I said
But
I'm
if
from
you
you
didn't
Brooklyn.
just said you
interrupt
was
him,
from
we
Long
wouldn't even
All
have
Island.
right
this
then. So I'm gonna
exchange,
correct
Glad
him.
sis.
you
I'm
for
going to
Good
correct
night.
they
him.
talking about black
people
You've
all
been
day
correcting
long.
people all night. I can
First,
correct
she gonna
somebody
sit here and
too.
tell me that
She
she's
ain't
been
had
here
all
when
this
people been here
smoke when she
longer than
was in the
mine because she's from Long
bleachers.
Island. Now she's from Brooklyn, and then her auntie runs the pantry.
No, I think she's.
Bro,
I
Hey,
it's
think she
all
hey,
said
one
her
island. What
hey,
family.
are you
one
I
mic,
think
talking
she
one mic,
said
one
about?
her
It's
mic.
all one
family
piece of
was
land.
enslaved.
Hey, one mic. Half Caribbean women are toxic, but let's keep it going.
Now,
I think
We
actually,
she
not
to
said.
toxic.
answer
Don't
your
do that.
question, brother Lou. To answer your question, brother Lou. Anybody that has lineage to those who were enslaved in this
Get back
country
to
and are
talking about the
classified as
parade. What
black.
happened in the parade, brother?
Oh
Break
my
that down.
goodness, man. Oh my goodness, yo. Everybody in this room I respected. I didn't say shit when y'all
No,
was
no, I'm
talking.
saying, can you talk about the parade and
Wait, wait,
stuff?
No,
wait,
I'm gonna
wait.
finish.
All right. Y'all keep cutting the man off now. All right. At this
Yeah, it's
point,
disrespectful.
it's disrespectful now. Let the man land. All right.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. And I'm gonna make it quick because people are trigger. People got answer they pants.
That was a double mute. My bad. Keep going, brother.
Nah, it's all good, brother. But just to answer your question real quick, because you did ask it. If you are of the lineage and you classify as black and you have ancestry to descendants of people that were enslaved in the United States of America, yes, you do qualify to receive the benefits that we receive. But yet and still, if you are half lineage, man, you do not qualify to speak for us as a whole because you have dual lineage to another ethnicity, which has been proven in this room. Because I
All
haven't,
right. No
because
one's trying to speak for you though. So what are we
Damn, I
talking
wanted the
about?
but
brother to
man, you
break
just
down
said
the
that
parade.
Yeah,
you
go back
just
to the
did it.
parade. Go back to the parade.
Well,
What happened
let's
at
go
the
back to the.
parade?
All right, I'm gonna go back to the parade. Let's talk about the parades in New York, since we're going to go there. The Caribbean Day Parade. Let's start there. The Caribbean Day Parade that goes up and down Eastern Parkway. You're from Brooklyn, so you know what time it is. That
Absolutely. I'm from Brownsville. Absolutely. Let's go.
good. All right, so good. So then that means that you originally know that was Black Americans who invited those Caribbeans to join that Labor Day Parade, which
And the
was
original Caribbean parade was in Harlem back in the 40s. So let's talk
oh,
about it.
okay,
Talk
and
about it.
once again, this is us inviting you in. But the point I'm making, this is the point I'm making,
Back in the
that
fucking 40s. Let's talk about it.
once again,
My
you're
bad.
being
We
invited
still
into
invited
our
you.
thing.
Like, what's going on?
No,
Damn,
I got it, April.
I think
I
my
got it.
mic is unmuting. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry.
Now, now let's get right. Let's talk about the Labor Day Parade. Once again, that was spearheaded by foundational Black Americans to even be a part of that parade, which was mainly Italian, Irish, Jewish, and Polish, due to the fact that the labor unions were the ones who organized that parade, and then it was foundational Black Americans who fought for our brothers and sisters to be in that parade because we were part of those unions and paying union dues and paying taxes to this country as well. Then along came the Caribbeans, who had a large Caribbean enclave that didn't arrive until after the Civil Rights Movement in the middle 70s, where our good brother Sonny Carson said, "These are our brothers. Welcome, bring them along. They could join the celebration. They're a part of us." But now, when you fast forward today, if you go up there as a foundational Black American, waving and having any allegiance to your ethnicity, these Caribbeans will look at you as hostile. Okay.
That
Secondly,
is a lie.
no, it's not a lie. So you don't
You
just know
ain't
it's
no
not a
way.
That's
lie.
not a
No, it's
lie,
not a lie.
Shan. That's not a lie,
You're
Shan.
not from New
No, it's
York,
not a
bro.
lie.
No,
Come on
what are
now.
you talking about? I
No,
lived
it's
in my
not.
house. Hold on. I spent 20 plus years in New York City.
I've never
Nigga,
seen
you lived in
Caribbeans
New
be
York now
hostile
too?
toward
Yes,
God
Americans
damn.
at
Caribbeans
the
are very
parade.
hostile
Y'all
towards Black
are
Americans.
lying.
Wait. What are you talking?
It
Hold
happened
on,
in
Shan,
here.
They
Shan.
do
Can
that
we
in
just
North
tell them what
Carolina.
Fam,
see?
and
Wait, y'all.
They
Can
that's
we
do
what
tell
that
I'm.
them
in
what
North
literally
Carolina,
happened
so I
this
know
year?
that's
The
true.
disrespect that happened just this year? Like,
So
Thank
let's
Shan,
you,
take
I
both
thank you,
remember
sides.
in the
April. Thank
Shan,
you.
in the late
Year?
1990s, in the early
Stop.
But let
2000s.
me.
Somebody
Can I
And,
talk.
land?
Let
Can
him
just let me
go ahead,
land,
go ahead, bro.
please?
Go ahead,
Just
go
let
let
ahead.
him
me land because I'm
finish.
Let
almost
him
finished.
finish.
I'm almost finished. Just please let me land.
No, please take your time, Willie.
So yeah.
And I put
So
a link
yes.
at the top for you, Willie. Check that
So
out.
no, that's definitely true. I'm just telling the truth, just to be real. Just be real. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to my folks, especially the ones that don't know what's going on up here. This is 100% what I'm saying is 100% facts. Now, when it comes to the African American Day Parade, that's supposed to be a celebration that's designated to Black Americans, to people that of the lineage of the soil. But yet, you still have these Caribbeans coming through and trying to make that a secondary goddamn Labor Day parade or secondary Caribbean Day parade, and they coming to our parade, center themselves, which we had to extract ourselves from the Labor Day parade because they took it over, started treating us hostile. So then we morphed back into the African American Day parade. Now they're trying to hostilely take that over by trying to join the floats, put all this Pan Africanist stuff in, and under the cover of Pan Africanist, you sneak the Caribbean stuff in. That's what's going on. Now let's
Okay.
talk about a whole nother celebration, Juneteenth.
Okay. All right. You still
Yo,
going. Go
no,
ahead.
you asked.
Go
No,
ahead.
man, let me answer the question. You asked. Now I'm gonna answer it. Now, Now, when it came to the Juneteenth celebration, now everybody knows that Juneteenth has absolutely nothing to do with the diaspora. It is strictly to celebrate the our people that were enslaved past emancipation, that did not know that they were
Galveston, Texas.
emancipated. And now, when it came, hold up, and then I'm at the land. Now, when it came to that celebration, that was in Prospect Park. Once again, it was hosted by Caribbeans. It was nothing but Pan Africanist colors all around the place. Not one Juneteenth flag, not one American flag. It was nothing but Caribbean vendors. And then when the Caribbeans was interviewed by the mainstream press, they said that they are part of the Juneteenth celebration too, and that we need to all match it up. But
Hey,
yet,
now wait, hold on, stop right there.
yeah,
Now, if you go to Leimert Park, this is past Juneteenth. I went there. It was nothing but it was majority Caribbean vendors.
But
So
hold on, Lou. Let
so
me let me
no, but
wait,
hold on,
wait.
Lou.
Serving
Let me
Caribbean
no,
food
can
I'm
I
not.
during art
So
Wait,
Lou,
celebration.
I'm not.
hold on. Let me just land. So
go
look,
ahead,
look.
go ahead.
We talking about boundaries here, right? You never seen a Black American at the Puerto Rican Fest, which are Independence Day, or Caribbean Fest,
Cinco de Mayo, brother.
where
You
the
Or
can run through a
majority.
Haitian
list.
flag
Hold
day.
on, brother. Let me land, brother. So you never seen a Black American at a Caribbean Fest, and then the main vendors is soul food. Like we understand boundaries. We know, like, okay, now we'll come support y'all shit, break bread with y'all. But the fact that y'all on Juneteenth and then y'all the majority of the vendors with fucking Jamaican Bob Marley flags is crazy.
All right,
Excuse
look,
me.
can another New
Not
Yorker speak?
Hold
Can
on.
another New
Hold,
Yorker
hold on.
speak? Come
We
on now.
first of all,
Look at Starlito trick.
yeah. First of all,
Because
first of all,
Juneteenth was never a
hold on,
popular
Miss
New York
Velvet, Miss
holiday.
Velvet,
Like what?
Hold
Miss
on,
ma'am.
let
Velvet,
Starlito
So
ma'am.
so
go.
there,
It shouldn't be.
Hold on. Starlito is one of my day one intellectual game banging. She's let her go.
no disrespect, brother Lou. I didn't even get to finish letting my plan.
Oh,
Now
oh yeah, oh yeah,
I
oh yeah,
conceded
oh
to
yeah,
you, brother,
oh yeah, yeah.
and I'm about to end it right
Willie, and then
now.
Starlito. Willie, then
Yeah, and I'm
Starlito.
about to end it right now. And the funny thing, it's funny that you said the most of the vendors in Leimert Park were Caribbean. How about in Prospect Park in Brooklyn? All of them were Caribbean. We were totally excluded from that celebration, which is the point I'm making, which is reminiscent in the pattern of Labor Day, which
This
is
is
now the
such a lie.
Caribbean Day Parade. I'm not lying.
It's
Now,
a fact and it won't
Lou,
happen
are you
next
gonna let
year.
me respond to
I'm,
him
I'm
or
about to
what?
now. I got two more sentences, sister. I got two more sentences.
Nobody's excluding you. You're just not throwing the events. That's
Ma'am,
the
why would you
problem.
first of all, if June
Wow.
and then now I'm
Enemies.
gonna end
That's
this with
the
a question. Hold on,
Enemies.
I'm
You
gonna
These
end
gotta
are
this
throw
with a
the
question.
enemies. They are
event.
showing you they're
What?
Ma'am,
enemies.
Velvet, this is
They're
for
not
you. I'm gonna end this
allies
with a
of
question.
ours in
Velvet,
any
I'm gonna
way,
end this with
shape,
a
or
question.
fucking
Hold up,
form.
April.
Okay, go
Hold up,
ahead.
April.
Go
Hold up,
ahead. I'm
April.
listening.
Hold
I'm
up,
listening.
April.
I'm listening.
I'm gonna end this with a question. This is what I'm end with a question because I'm based my question of something you just said out your mouth. Now, if Juneteenth is such a new goddamn celebration, why are Caribbean sending themselves? Why are they even hosting the Juneteenth celebration, since it's so new?
I'll tell you why. Okay, you ready?
And it has nothing to do
No.
with them.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. And it's going back to that African American Day Parade, which was started by Black Americans after the Civil Rights Movement, right? This is literally where a lot of your Pan African beliefs. We're talking about Harlem, New York. This is like the home of Pan Africanism. Okay, a lot of the Pan Africanism that was pushed out even onto other Black immigrants who came here and didn't believe in that either was pushed out by Black Americans, right? Now you want to delineate. This is the
No, that's
issue
not
that's
true. Harlem,
happening.
New
Hold,
York
hold
is
on,
the
hold on,
home
hold
of the
on. Wait a
Ma'am,
minute.
On
Renaissance.
top of
Juneteenth
that,
is new. We're
Philly
talking
is
about
the
Hold on.
Pan
Wait a
Juneteenth.
minute.
African
We're
Wait a
hub,
talking about
minute.
ma'am.
Hold
Juneteenth.
on. Wait a
We're
minute.
talking about
Harlem,
Because
New
Juneteenth.
hold,
Now,
York
hold
now,
is
on.
the
Wait
the
a
day
minute.
home.
I
parade.
mean, y'all
New
gonna
No,
let me
York
no,
is
talk? Hold
no,
on.
no,
Caribbean.
no, no,
Because
because
even
Because
we're
you're
going to
trying
hold
to
be
on.
you're trying to
Even
you're trying
historically
to
Harlem.
flip the subject. We're
honest.
Hold
talking about
on.
Which one
Juneteenth.
you like to
Even
do
We're
him?
talking
Harlem,
about
New
do I
York.
have
Juneteenth.
to mute? I don't want to mute people. I really don't.
Look, all right, they're having a back and forth, and then after this is on Starlito, then Roger, and then
Right.
Sir Major and all the other people got their
Because
hand raised.
even with the Harlem Renaissance, I need y'all to do your research that there were Caribbeans a part of the Harlem Renaissance. Harlem Renaissance. Okay. I know that's something that you don't want to hear. I know that's something that's hard to swallow. But they were a part of the Harlem Renaissance. Okay, I put the link at the top of
Looking,
when the
yeah,
first West Indian Day Parade occurred in New York City was in the 1930s in Harlem. This is why
But I don't think we,
I
but I
keep
This
don't
sound
think
like
we.
they
referencing it.
created hip
oh
hop
no,
argument,
wait,
What
family.
trip. How y'all always
I
what
ain't gonna
happened?
lie.
Yo,
Let her
Lou,
land.
I
Hold
real
on,
quick, I want
hold
to
on,
say this to
hold
you,
on,
Lou.
hold on, hold on, hold on. I mean, we're not denying Caribbean's contribution, but we're talking about overstepping boundaries
No,
right
no,
now.
no,
Yeah,
Lou.
so
I'm
let
trying to
me
tell
build
you.
to
Wait,
that
wait,
point.
Lou.
You gotta
Wait,
let me
wait,
build.
wait.
Hold on, wait a minute. He went on a whole tirade of false, saying that they're being excluded. They're not being excluded.
They
Here's
shouldn't
the
even be
problem.
vendors at a
They
Juneteenth
shouldn't even be
parade.
But Lou,
doing it. That's
are you
the
gonna let
point.
somebody talk?
That's the point. You
I mean,
shouldn't be
y'all
doing
want
it.
somebody to echo
You
everything
won't
that
do it
y'all
next
say.
year, though.
Yo,
Nobody's gonna
Lou,
You
I
echo
won't
got
do
what
it
something
y'all
to
20.
say.
share
I'm
with
not
you.
gonna
I'm
And
echo
you
what
did
telling
the
y'all
you.
say.
same
I'm
thing to
not.
Willie.
The
So
rea- the
That's a
I'm
fact.
reality.
telling you,
Here's
Lou.
the
All
reality,
right, all right. So look, look,
bro.
look, look, real
I'm not
quick.
gonna echo everything y'all gonna
Hold
say.
on, Velvet, Velvet. You cut
Oh, my bad, my
Willie.
bad.
You was cutting Willie off a bunch of times. He cut you off. So now from here on out, we all even. Let's all just talk without cutting each other off. So Velvet go, then Willie. Let Willie land all the way because y'all cut him off 30 times. I got to be
Okay.
unbiased in the situation.
All right.
Damn, Lou, I got something to share with
When
I
you.
you
got
talking
you,
about
top.
overstepping, are you talking about overstepping the boundaries? I agree. Should Caribbeans be leading the charge of a Juneteenth celebration? Absolutely not. But in New York City, those are the blurred lines that have been going on for a very long time. Okay, and I'm going to be honest here. Where you have Black Americans and Caribbeans that collaborate together. See, people that are not from here, and when I listen to y'all spew what y'all spewing, y'all make it sound like y'all ain't y'all ain't been in this situation together at some point. And y'all ain't all been up here in New York talking about we all black and we all came off the same boat. The Pan-Africanism, that mindset is coming from New York City. So the fact that
Well,
now
hold
people
on,
are
wait, what?
That's Philly, ma'am.
Yo,
Oh no,
this
my
is
bad. I cut her off. That's no, no,
I
that's
said
my
the
bad. Let her land.
that Pan-African mindset. Remember, Lou, we talked about the New York conscious community. We're talking about a conscious community of Hebrew Israelites, 5%ers, all this shit that been
New
going on for
Wapians.
centuries. All this shit is coming out of New York City, bro.
That don't
I
mean it's
wouldn't say
right.
all, but
So
most of it is.
nobody
Yeah.
said it's right.
No, no, let her land. Let her land. I got it. I'm gonna come
Nobody
up here.
said
I
it's
got it.
right.
I
I'm
got it. Let
telling
her
you
go.
that this is the mindset of a lot of people here, whether you're Black American, Caribbean, and now you got the new Africans that are coming into this shit as well.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Channel Raw TV Bay Bay.